Right, the last stream lost one whole subscriber, and as we know on YouTube, the difference between a good stream and a bad stream is always the topic. Nothing to do with the format or anything like that. Which is why we're going to swap the topic to Kingdom Hearts. Ollie, you're in charge of this one.
I am. Are we officially live now?
We are live.
Yeah. Alrighty. So yeah, welcome back to Autism Week, where we go over the things that we've all obsessed over for the past 30 years.
Mm-hmm.
My topic of interest is Kingdom Hearts. Yeah, I have spent literally 20 something years, some amount of years, since like 2002, so like 23 years. Just completely obsessed with this this series. So yeah, it's I've put together a little slideshow. Again, this is just from memory, but I needed to organize it, otherwise I just like straight up would not have been able to just like even put it to paper. So yeah. Do you have the chat link, Dave?
I don't have the chat link.
I'll drop it in now.
Yeah, throw it in. There we go.
Yeah. Alrighty. Yeah, there we go. My sister is here. Wacky heart time. Let's go. All right. So, yeah, we'll start from the very beginning. The age of fairy tales. There are graphics to go along with a lot of this as well. I had a little bit of fun with it. So, yeah. So the story of Kingdom Hearts starts in the age of fairy tales. This is not a particularly well documented age in the series. But the basic premise is that like the age of fairy tales is when all of the Disney movies and stories happened the first time. So like the Pinocchio that you watch on the screen, like that happened. We'll be revisiting those things, but the premise is that like they play out the way that they're supposed to play out in the age of fairy tales. Now in the background of the age of fairy tales, there was basically just a bunch of like guys just like hanging about. Some of them were like, yeah, I really like when it's bright outside, and then some of them were like, yeah, I actually prefer it when it's nighttime. So you know, they lived mostly peacefully. The dudes who liked the dark though were like, man, how come it's only dark 8 hours of the day and bright the other 16 hours of the day? So they cast aside their bodies. They're like, we're just going to be all darkness, which is what we see on the screen here. That's what a darkness looks like. So like, and also there were just like 20 people in the world at this time, outside of what was happening in Disney movies. So there were 7 good people. Ryan, you're muted, just FYI. Yep. Yeah, there were 7 people who liked the day, and 13 people that really liked the dark. The people who really liked the dark were like, well, we kind of hate this whole thing. We're just going to cast aside our bodies because, like, do we really need them anyway? And then they just started, like, going around to all of the fairy tale worlds and, like, eating people's hearts. It's unclear why they decided to do this in particular, but in response to that, the light people were like, we need to have like some sort of weapon to and like some sort of way to prevent this from happening, because we don't want the age of fairy tales to end. Spoiler alert, it kind of ended. So we get the first Keyblade wielders. Now, not every character here is important. One of them is. Two of them are actually. No, most of them are just like largely unimportant. I mean, they all have their role to play, but I mean, only 2 of them are like strictly important.
I mean, just at first glance, one of these things is not like the others.
Yeah, I mean, one of these things is not like the other. So we'll get to them in a second, because we need to lay some groundwork first. So we have to go over Keyblades. This is a real screenshot from the promotion of Disney Infinity, where they gave Mickey a Keyblade.
That's not Mickey Mouse.
No, that's Mickey Mouse.
What Mickey Mouse looks like.
So you can see he has a Keyblade. He actually has the wrong Keyblade there, which is very funny. They just gave him the wrong one. But in order to talk about Keyblades, we actually need to talk about Kingdom Hearts first. So in the universe of Kingdom Hearts, there is a realm of pure light, essentially. It's like where all of the light in the world comes from, called Kingdom Hearts. So yeah, it's shaped like a heart. You can't really get there, but it's also kind of everywhere as well. It's not explored deeply, despite the fact that the series has been going for 25 years and is called Kingdom Hearts. But yeah,
I already feel like I understand less about this series than I did going in.
So there are two sort of sides to Kingdom Hearts. There's Kingdom Hearts, the place, which is where all the light lives, and then there's the Keyblade. Now that's what this swordy looking thing here. Now it should be noted that this is not a Keyblade. This is the Keyblade. So this is spelled Keyblade with an X instead of Key. And
where's the X? Sorry, what?
The X is in place of the Key. It's the like what Greek letter for like chi or key. So that's what it is. It's the Keyblade.
Wait, so so it's like Christmas when people go Xmas. Is that what's happening here?
Yeah, that's exactly what's happening here.
I don't think
this sword is Jesus Christ, and the Kingdom Hearts is heaven. That's a really good way of putting it, Dave. Thank you.
Fuck it up.
So basically, these two sort of, they each have to exist for the other to exist, right? So like if the Keyblade gets destroyed, then Kingdom Hearts isn't around anymore, and if Kingdom Hearts isn't around, then the Keyblade can't exist in the world. So they sort of like the Keyblade is the weapon that the original 7 Warriors of Light created to safeguard Kingdom Hearts. And Kingdom Hearts kind of just was always there. And yeah, as anybody who knows, who has played it knows, the Kingdom Hearts is light. A lot of people thought it was darkness for a really long time. It's not. So yeah. Now, there's this. We have to go back to Keyblades now. So, the timeline gets a little bit fuzzy here. Either Keyblades already existed, or they were made by this dude called the Master of Masters. Now, according to him, he grew up in a world with Keyblades. Also, according to him, he created the first Keyblades. So it's not. Nobody really knows. We don't know who he is. He's just a guy that is really important. And he apparently created the first Keyblade. So he saw the Keyblade, the one with the X, Jesus, and was like, I think we can make something like that. So what he did was he looked into people's hearts and was like, I can use that in the same way that like they used Kingdom Hearts to create the Keyblade. I can use people's hearts to create individual Keyblades for those people. So people's hearts can be used to, like the light and the joy that exists in people's hearts can be used to create a weapon that they can use to defend themselves and the other things that they care about. And that's what this guy did.
So, and I realize this question is not going to have a yes or no answer. But so he's a good guy.
He is, in a way, a good guy. We'll see that his actions are not always noble, but his actions are also largely unexplained. We don't even know if he himself owns a Keyblade, or if he just made other Keyblades. So,
I see.
So he's the Master of Masters, and like, mind you, this was after the original Keyblade was created. An indeterminate amount of time has passed since that initial conflict between the light and the dark. So yeah, this dude, Master of Masters, either grew up with Keyblades in the world, or created the first Keyblades. He also may or may not have grown up in war times and or brought about the first war. It's unclear. Either way, he kind of just like pisses off. Yeah, Dave, what's up?
Yes, Dave.
Why does it look like Mickey Mouse is in Roblox?
Because he is. That's what Disney Infinity was.
Have you never seen Disney Infinity, Dave?
I don't, not really.
So, back to the first Keyblade wielders. These were 6 people chosen by the Master of Masters. So, like, the original dude, he was like, these are the first 6 people in the entire world. Because, like, people were, like, commonplace at this point. There were hundreds of people, thousands of them. He was like, these are the first 6 people that I trust that can have Keyblades, personally. Now, you'll notice, again, that one is a little bit different from the others. We'll get to that in just a second, but the main important people here are this dude in the black cloak, and this lady on the left. Her name is Ava. I can't remember the names of literally any of these other people, but they're not really important until like right at the very end, and even then, like not so much. So yeah, Ava here, who sort of you'll see. We'll get that. So he brought about these people, and then was like, all right, we need something for these people to do. So he gave 5 of them, the 5 that aren't in the black cloak, those 5 guys. He gave them a book. It's the Book of Prophecies, and it basically has the entire history of the world from like the original time up to the end of time. So like they have the future as well. So they have the Book of Prophecies, and the dude in black, his name is Luxu, by the way. Kind of important. The dude in black, he was given a box. He was never allowed to open the box. Nobody knows what's in the box. It's still unexplained to this day. But it was like, have this box, and you need to bring it with you and not open it until the end of the 2/3 Keyblade War. So just keep it with you. You're not allowed to open it until then.
And
Now,
is my understanding correct that at this point in time there hasn't even been one Keyblade War?
yes, but there might have been.
Okay.
So the Master of Masters, he tells his apprentices, the 5 regular apprentices, the one that aren't in black cloaks, he tells them that he grew up during the first Keyblade War.
Okay.
That's what he tells them. He was like, yeah, I grew up in the first Keyblade War. You know, it was kind of shit. We're trying to prevent a second Keyblade War. Meanwhile, you know, he tells the other dude, like, by the way, all that Keyblade War shit, like, that's never happened, but it is going to happen, and you need to be there when it happens the second time to open the box.
So what he's saying is that the second Keyblade War may also be the first Keyblade War.
Yeah, so he doesn't know. So the person with the box, Luxu, he doesn't know if he's supposed to open the box after the Keyblade War that's coming very soon, or the Keyblade War that's after that. And he asks the Master of Masters and is like, well, you'll probably know when it happens. And spoiler, he does not know when it happens. He completely misses it. It's very unclear. So about this, everybody's Book of Prophecies is the same. It's the same text, except one person got an extra page. And that page is like, here's how you avoid the Keyblade Wars altogether. Like, there is one thing you can do. Just on this page, there is one thing you can do to avoid all of the Keyblade Wars. But you have to betray everybody else and kill them. So that was, it's sort of caused some discord. We get to the 1st/2nd Keyblade War. So if we don't believe that the Master of Masters grew up during a Keyblade War, then this is the first Keyblade War. If we believe that he did, which he probably didn't, this is the second Keyblade War. But again, this is, for all intents and purposes, the first Keyblade War. And when people talk about the Great Keyblade War in Kingdom Hearts, they're referring to this one. So basically, each of the masters, which is the 5 people, that weren't in shadowy cloaks there. They like got the ability to create keyblades of their own. So they went around and like recruited a bunch of children, like literal actual children.
Who else?
And were like, because they have the most like light in their heart, like they haven't been corrupted by like the capitalism of the world and all that. So recruited children, made them keyblade wielders. And then they were like, one of the dudes was like, hey, let's have a really friendly competition where we try to see who can gather the most light and store it. Now, this is generally seen as a bad thing because light is just supposed to be out there in the world. And really, the only way that you can get more of it is by killing people. But then they tried to justify it by saying the Heartless, which is like this shadowy dude on the right here, they're created from the remnants of the light of a person who has died. So the light there, they were like, if we kill the Heartless, we can just collect that light, and then that's what we'll store. So they went around killing a whole bunch of Heartless. The competition got wildly out of hand. Ava, that woman that I mentioned before, she was like, this seems like he's probably a traitor. Because she had the page that was like, there's a traitor. She didn't know that other people didn't have that page. So she was like, okay, clearly his competition here is going to be a problem. And like he's doing that so that he can be the traitor and stop the Keyblade War. It also unintentionally created the conditions of the Keyblade War. So ultimately, the Great Keyblade War that everybody talks about, that is basically just a bunch of, like, it wasn't a fight over light and darkness. It was just a bunch of factions being like, we are all trying to do the same thing, but we're ideologically opposed. And the reasons that we're doing it are like unknown. It was basically the faction leaders just didn't want to communicate. And
that was depicted in what game is currently on screen?
So this is depicted in a browser-based game that released only in Japan, called Kingdom Hearts X. Now that is notably different from Kingdom Hearts Key. It is actually an X. Now the events of this game happen, and then we get the Dandelions. Now Ava was like, clearly this Keyblade War is going to happen because I don't know how to stop this whole conflict from happening. So she was like, I'm going to get 5 kids. I haven't put the 5th one here because they don't really matter. But it was like, she was like, I'm going to get 5 kids. I'm going to store them in a digital world, like straight up Digimon shit. And then once the Keyblade War is over, they can just come out and like rebuild society. The people that she chose, these are the 4 important ones. The 5th one may be important, but like we'll see it in the future, I guess. So we have on the left here, Laurium. We have Marlene here, I think her name is, or Lorene. Her. We have a guy named Ventus, and we have a guy named Ephema. And yeah, so these guys, they went into the future. They were not present for the Keyblade War. And on the other side of it, they became the new leaders of the unions. And they were like, this time we're going to collect light as, like, we're going to store light because we might need it to, like, beat back darkness someday. So they were trying to do it for good. They didn't have the Book of Prophecies. I think the guy on the right actually did, but he didn't ever read it. So they were just doing it for the love of the game. Ventus here, this dude in the armor. Yeah, you've never seen 3. You know 2 of these people, but it'll be a while before we get to them. Yeah, Ventus here. He unfortunately, through the digitization and then undigitization process, lost his memory. He doesn't remember shit. So he's just sort of like present. He's just kind of hanging around. He's like, I don't really know what to do. I've got a Keyblade, but what does that mean? So yeah, he's just there. But now we get to Scala ad Caelum. So Ephema here, the student in the middle, was like, we need a sort of centralized base where all of the Keyblade wielders can live. And so like that they don't have to live among the population and like potentially cause problems. Because he was like, we need to get back to the age of fairy tales where we didn't interfere with what was happening in Disney movies. So
Back
he
when
was
Disney
like,
movies were good.
yeah, he was like, we need to go back to Pinocchio, you know?
Why is he living in Super Santorini?
I mean, yeah, that's kind of what it is. We'll come back to Scala ad Caelum, but yeah, he created this city.
I've lost him. I've lost him.
Oh no! Oh, I thought it was me.
I've lost Ali.
Oh no!
No, the whole stream is ruined.
The story will be forever to be continued.
What if we never find out? All right, but this is a level from Sonic Unleashed,
is
right?
it. Kingdom Hearts 4 is cancelled now. It's a bit like it. Yeah, it's a bit like oh, is it Windmill Village from Sonic Unleashed?
All right, and also, why has this guy got the same last name as the fucking Final Fantasy 15 prick? Oh no. No,
Oh,
Ollie!
no,
No,
he's
Ollie!
still talking.
What the fuck? Ollie, stop!
I don't think he
Ollie,
realised this.
stop! What the hell? What the...
Okay,
Wait.
I'm back.
We have to go back. I don't know what was happening on the last one still.
Okay, that's my bad. All right. Where did I get up
Just
to?
sitting here, you're in silence, and then the screen just changed.
We're like, whoa,
It's like,
whoa.
Well, I was just explaining it, but then I thought you guys were just like really lost in thought, and I was like, well, that's
No.
fair. It's okay. What did I get up to?
I can't remember.
Um,
We were just Dave just made the joke about how it was super whatever
Okay.
about what the place looked like.
Right, yeah. So anyway, yeah, he was like, yeah, we need to have a place where we can do our own sort of stuff without yeah. Okay. So he created this city and it was like, we need to just let history happen. We can't interfere. We just have to let each world be its own thing. You can't mess with Pocahontas. You can't do anything. You just need to let history happen. So yeah, he just sort of grew old and trained a bunch of Keyblade wielders and yeah. So now we get to what I'm calling the Void Century.
Can I ask before you dive into this? At this point, how far off are we from the beginning of the first game?
At this point, we're about 100 years prior to the beginning of the first game.
Okay. And in terms of how much more you have to explain before we get there?
There's at least a whole game.
Good.
At least a little bit more.
Carry on.
I can't believe we're spoiling
so-
Ryan with this image. The whole
Oh,
One
he doesn't
Piece-
understand
the
shit
One
about it. He didn't
Piece
even know
series
this
is
was One
ruined
Piece
now.
until you brought it up. So yeah, this is the Void Century. Basically, there was going to be a game that explained this on mobile. It was called Kingdom Hearts Missing Link, but then they cancelled it. So as far as we know, the story is just like not happening anymore. But from what little we know about that game, it was basically like the transition from the old world to the new world. Like, you know, there's Heartless in all of the worlds now, and like Keyblade wielders are interfering left and right. So like, we don't really know how we got from let's not interfere with Ephema to everybody's just interfering all over the place. But that happened at some point during this 100 years of non-history. So yeah, that is that. Which brings us to Xehanort. So believe it or not, all 5 of the men on the screen right now are the same guy. Also, you personally may also be Xehanort. It's a little unclear. The mobile game let you create a character and then heavily implied that character was also Xehanort. So like the character that you created, who is also supposed to technically be you, could be Xehanort. Yeah, go on.
Okay.
Are you going to explain what it means to get naughted?
I will, yeah, we'll get there. In any case, Xehanort was a student who lived in Scala at Kylam. So he was a fledgling Keyblade wielder. He originally came from the Destiny Islands, which is where Sora and Riku grew up as well. But basically, he went on this little journey, right? Like he did his Keyblade training, and then he was like, all right, I'm going to go on a journey, take a look at all the worlds. He met a bunch of guys, and then some dude in a black coat showed up, and it was like, hey, you should just like kill all of the guys that you've been training with. So he did. He did that. And yeah, he sort of has become a little bit evil. But yeah. So his childhood friend that he trained with under his master, we don't know who his master was. It's implied to be Ephemer, but we don't know for sure. Was a guy named Master Ericus, which is just square that is, an anagram because it's Square Enix that makes it.
I see.
Yeah. So yeah, Master Ericus is sort of like the opposite of Xehanort. Master Ericus is like, there is no use for darkness in the world. I would eradicate it all if I could. Like, light is really the only thing that matters. Whereas like Xehanort is like, well, there's a place for light and dark. Sometimes you need a little bit of darkness. So they grew up. They sort of grew apart, but they both ultimately became Keyblade Masters, which are people who are allowed to bend the rules of using a Keyblade. Alrighty, that gets us to the first chronological game in the series, Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep. So just prior to this, let's go back a bit. Xehanort found this Ventus guy, this Ventus kid who didn't have his memory. When they figured out that he didn't have his memory, they kind of just like put him into a deep sleep, and they're like, "Oh, somebody else can figure out what the hell's up with that dude later." This is a recurring theme where like if somebody is like in any kind of trouble, they'll just be like, let's just put him into a sleep and figure it out later. It's like, that scene in The Simpsons where it's like, well, we'll thaw you out when we get the cure for 17 stab wounds, right? That's what happens in Kingdom Hearts constantly. So Xehanort found Ventus, and he was like, damn, this dude's actually a pretty good Keyblade wielder. So what he did was he split Ventus into two. He was like, I'll just like chop him in half. Well, not literally. But he was like, I'll take all of the light in Ventus's heart and create a light thing. And then all of the darkness in Ventus's heart, create another being out of that. And so basically like fractured Ventus's heart to do this. The idea was that he would eventually make them clash, and then he could, through that process, recreate the Keyblade, the original, the Jesus Blade. So that was his plan, because he was like, well, I know that you need light and darkness to like fight against each other for the Keyblade to happen. Then I can get into Kingdom Hearts, steal all the light for myself. Bing, bang, boom. Right. That's his plan. So he was like,
was that steal all the light from myself? Question mark, question mark, question mark, profit.
Yeah, there's no
Okay.
Nobody really knows why. That's just what he wanted to do. So he was like, I'm just gonna leave the light half of this kid with Ericus, because Ericus is like got a real hard on for the light, so he can just have this kid. So this kid trains with somebody called Terra, who's a student in the middle, and this lady named Aqua. And their ultimate goal is to become Keyblade Masters. So they're training under Ericus to become Keyblade Masters. Now, when we get into the game, just prior to this, when Ventus's heart was like split in two, a heart can't like remain incomplete for like a really long time. Like otherwise the person just dies. So when this happened, Ventus's heart sort of like, the light side of Ventus's heart was like, well, we need to find somebody we can latch onto that can sort of like bring us through to, when we can get the other half of our heart back. That was like a young 5-year-old boy on an island somewhere who we'll get back to a lot later. Yeah. So these three, we open the game. They are doing Terra and Aqua are doing their sort of Keyblade mastery exam. It's like, are you actually good at using a Keyblade? For them, it's just like hit a bunch of stuff. We see other Keyblade exams later in the game, in the series, and like it is so much more involved. So they really like upped the requirements for Keyblade mastery, following these events. But the final task of the Keyblade mastery exam was for Aqua and Terra to fight against each other. They had to sort of give it their all, and not hold back. But like, they still had respect for each other and stuff. During this fight, Terra gets a little angry because he's losing. And then he starts to draw on the power of the darkness, which is something that he's been taught not to do. But there is sort of darkness inside him, and he's like, I'm just going to use the dark powers to win this fight, and then, we're good. So he did win the fight. It gets interrupted a little bit towards the end. But also, Xehanort's here for this because they need 2 Keyblade Masters to be present in order to make a new master. It's like a Jewish thing, I guess. You know how you need like 2 Jews to affirm that you're a Jew?
I didn't know that. So you really, that you pulling that out of nowhere really
Anyway, so Xehanort's there. There's only there's 2 other Keyblade Masters at this point, but they're just kind of off doing their own thing at this time. One of them is Mickey Mouse. But yeah. So at the end of that, Aqua gets her ass beat because there are a lot of Star Wars parallels, of course. So yeah, Aqua gets her ass beat, and then they're like, all right, let's go over your exam results. And then Ericus is like, Terra, you fought and you won. That's good, but you also used the darkness. So just by default, we're going to give it to Aqua instead. Which, from Ericus's perspective, he was like, well, you're not supposed to use the darkness, and Aqua lost, but she never gave in. So, that's more masterly, I guess.
Some men just really don't take it well when a woman's better than them.
Exactly. That's basically the plot of this series. So, Ericus is like, now that you're a master, we've noticed that there's this weird shadowy figure that's going around and trying to kill people in a whole bunch of different worlds. So we'd like you to go around to all the different worlds and just check what's up, see what's going on, because we can't just be having people in fairy tales dying. So she goes and does that. Terra's like, oh, this sucks. Why am I not a Keyblade Master? I won the fight. I should get to do it. And then Xehanort chats to him after and he's like, you know what? I'll just make you a Keyblade Master myself. Ericus is, he has a hard on for the light. He doesn't understand that you can use the darkness for good as well. So I'm just gonna make you a Keyblade Master. Keep using those dark powers, champ. Because he figured if the whole Ventus and Vanitas is the dark half of Ventus. He figured if the Ventus and Vanitas stuff didn't work out, at least 2 Keyblade Masters of light and dark clashing would probably do something as well. He was just hedging his bets. So he was like, yeah, you do that. And you just go investigate that darkness, but don't try too hard to stop it if you don't want to. It's fine. It's fine if you don't stop it because maybe that's just how it's supposed to happen. So he went off and did that, and then Ventus is kind of a little crybaby. He's like, I don't want to be left alone, so he just hops on his glider and goes and starts investigating worlds too. Yeah. Any questions so far about Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep? We're about 20 minutes into the game.
Hundreds.
Yeah, I mean, if there's anything confusing,
so
I
can anyone just use the darkness? Is it always just there?
It's sort of one of those things where it's everybody has darkness in them, but most people are more good than they are bad. a vet would probably like, just like for real world, things. A vet would probably have a really hard time using the darkness because they have dedicated their life to doing good. Like they are generally a very good person.
Yeah, but you
A
have
serial
to.
killer,
Listen, all I'm saying is that to become a vet, you have to train by skinning cats.
that's true.
So it's
but
not that far from a serial killer at one point in the career. All I'm saying.
Yeah. But yeah, generally, like good-hearted people are really good at using the light, and like bad-hearted people are really, really good at using the darkness. There are exceptions to this. Like some people are like, darkness is seen as like a personal weakness as a sort in this universe, where it's like the ugly parts of yourself, like jealousy and anger and like stuff like that. That is sort of a result of the darkness and lets you access the darkness a lot more easily. So like in this case, Terra, he has spent his entire, schooling just getting his ass beat by Aqua. So he's like built up all this jealousy over the years, which is why he can so easily use the darkness. There's another character that we'll talk about later on who like also uses the powers of darkness. And for him, it was like regret that really caused a lot of pent up rage. So yeah, it's not that any like that it's any particularly good or bad, but yeah, it is. Anybody could theoretically access it.
Okay.
Like, you just have a really fucking bad day. Like you could use the darkness.
Yeah, I feel like it sometimes.
So obviously you said this is the first game chronologically. When was it actually released?
This was released in 2007, I believe. So after Kingdom Hearts 2.
Okay, right.
2008. Yeah. So this was released after Kingdom Hearts 2. It was teased in the secret ending of Kingdom Hearts 2.
What console was it? PSP?
This is PSP, yeah. So
okay.
Yeah. So yeah, throughout the course of the story, they visit like different Disney worlds. That part, the Disney part is really not important to the story. It's just kind of like a lens through which the story happens.
So Mickey Mouse
is
going to show up.
Mickey Mouse is 100% going to show up. We'll see him very shortly, actually.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So they each like go to like different worlds because like there's like a Cinderella world and like a Lilo and Stitch world and all of this stuff. So they all go about their different parts. Like sometimes they interact with each other, like they just happen to be in the same place at the same time. Other times they miss each other. There was like one point where like Terra went to the the Sleeping Beauty world and was like, well, this woman's sleeping. She's probably going to be sleeping for a while. I'll just steal her light. Like she doesn't need it, Like she's asleep. Like what is she gonna do with it? So I'll just steal her light. And then when Aqua gets there later, she's like, "Holy shit! Terra just stole this like poor sleeping woman's light." So yeah, they make mistakes along the way. During this time, both Aqua and Terra first visit the Destiny Islands. So they were just kind of drawn to this place. They don't really know why. They were just drawn to it. It turns out the reason is that like Sora and Riku and Kairi lived there. Kairi didn't live there yet. She will soon. Sora and Riku at least lived there. And Sora happened to be the young heart child that Ventus's heart sort of connected to.
I figured it would be when you mentioned it. I was like,
yeah,
that's probably Sora.
Ventus's heart like sort of like lives inside Sora for a bit, for a while actually. So they're drawn to that because they're sort of drawn to each other. Oh, it's Rahul.
Rahul, are you here to join our Kingdom Hearts stream? You gotta mute your mic or something though.
What is this a lot of fan noise coming or something?
We can hear.
Oh, we can just hear ourselves.
Oh, that's weird. Wait a second.
Stick some headphones on.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Rahul, strap in. We're fucking learning about Kingdom Hearts.
Oh no. I joined
we've got
the
nothing
wrong
better
time.
to do.
Risk.
Uh,
How you doing, bud?
Hey, buddy. We've all been fired now, so we'll learn about Kingdom Hearts, okay?
um, yeah, I'm not going to do a recap for you, Rahul. You're just going to have to catch up.
No,
Yeah, we're 40 minutes deep
we
already.
do not have time. We haven't even got to the first game yet.
Yeah. So yeah, they get drawn to the Destiny Islands. If you have any questions at any point, Rahul, let me know, and I'll try my best to explain Kingdom Hearts to you as quickly as possible. Yeah. So yeah, they go to Destiny Islands. Terra sees this young dude called Riku and is like, damn, this dude has like a little bit of darkness in him, just like me. But he does have a good intention. So I'm gonna bequeath him my Keyblade, which is basically like a thing that Keyblade masters can do, where they can be like, when I die, you get to have my Keyblade. Now after that, Aqua she shows up, and she's like, she sees Sora, and she's like, I kind of want to give my Keyblade to this dude, but I can kind of see that Terra already gave his Keyblade to the other kid, so like it's just, you know, it's not they're gonna fight just like we did, and like that's gonna cause resentment, and it's probably not a good idea. So she just like bounces, she just leaves. And then like Ven goes there, and like nobody's there anymore because he just went at night, which is really funny. He just goes there at night, and he's like, well, nobody's here, time to leave. Really good bit, honestly, from the writers there. Yeah, Xehanort keeps like sending this evil dude Vanitas to go mess up stuff in worlds. Ventus finds out that he's like only half a person, and he like he's just like, oh, I'm gonna like track down this Vanitas guy and then like kill him so that I can be whole again, as one does. Yeah, they sort of all meet up at the Keyblade graveyard. Their paths take them there. The Keyblade graveyard is where the first or second, depending on how you look at it, Keyblade War happened. You can even see it in this picture. There's like all these like Keyblades just like mashed up in the background. So they go there, and then like Xehanort say, oh, just before on the way, Terra's like, I'm gonna go like talk to Ericus because like I don't know what the hell's going on anymore, and like maybe he knows something. And then Ericus is like, this is all your fault. You're such a bad son, because it isn't. They're not really related, but it's like he adopted him. It's like, you're such a bad son. You like gave into the darkness, and now you're helping Xehanort. So, you're kind of a piece of shit, and I disown you. And then Terra just like kills him. He just strikes him down. He's like,
right, okay, right.
I don't give a shit about you anymore.
That fall from grace just happens immediately.
Yeah, it just happens immediately. He's been doing like increasingly dodgy shit over the course of the game, but then he gets there and like his father disowns him, and he's like, you know what? I don't care anymore. I'm just gonna be a killer. That's my job now. I'm gonna kill. So they get to the Keyblade graveyard, and Terra just like conveniently leaves out that he killed their master to everyone else. He's like, man, what's going on with Xehanort? We should probably go see something. You know, do something about that. You know, he doesn't tell them that he killed their master at all. So they get there, and then Xehanort's there, and he's like, yeah, I just want to make Kingdom Hearts. Like, that's all I care about. Like, I've been manipulating all three of you throughout this course, just so I can make Kingdom Hearts and just sort of see what's in there, you know?
I like imagining that Xehanort's giving all of these speeches in exactly the tone you're giving it now. No evil grandeur, just like, yeah, by the way, I was tricking you all. I want to do the thing. Is that so? I'm just gonna go do that, guys.
Yeah, I mean that's exactly how he sounds. That's exactly it. So they like start to fight him, and then Vanitas shows up and like separates Ventus, and they're like, all right, we're gonna fight. So they sort of what happened to Dave?
I'm still here. I'm still here.
They get sucked into they get sucked into the soul of Ventus. Ventus and Vanitas both get sort of sucked into the world, because you know how like Kingdom Hearts is like the heart of all worlds. There's also a world inside all hearts.
Okay, quick question: this is not inside Sora right now?
It is technically inside Sora because Ventus's heart is inside Sora, so they're just kind of like battling inside. And during that fight,
all right,
like Vanitas this entire time has been masked. During that fight, Ventus like smashes his face off, and it's just like Sora's adult face, which is really weird. But it's because like the heart is sort of connected to Sora now, and like time works weird. So yeah, they have a little bit of fight. They forge an incomplete Keyblade. It doesn't really work, but it's like enough to like summon Kingdom Hearts, but not get into it. Xehanort gets like really mad at that, and then just like freezes Ventus, and then throws him off a cliff.
Okay.
As one does. Sort of like the, you know how in One Piece he froze the giant man and then just like left him to get destroyed.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like that. He just like freezes him and like throws him off a cliff. Aqua catches him at the bottom, and she's like, "Hold on, just like stay safe here." Mickey turns up, King Mickey. He just rocks up and he's like, "Damn, we got to stop this." So they all kind of defeat Xehanort. Incredible background reveal. Yeah, they all defeat Xehanort together, and then Xehanort's like, "Well, all this time, the reason I was like trying to get Terra to use his dark powers was because the more darkness he uses, the easier it is to possess him with my soul." So what Xehanort does is he pushes his soul into into Terra's body, and then just takes over Terra's body. Because like Xehanort's like an old man at this point. He's like 150 years old. So he's like, my body is dying. I'm just gonna take over Terra's body and then just use that because it's got another 100 good years in it. So yeah, that's what he does. Terra, his heart goes somewhere. We'll get to that in like an hour and a half time. Terra's heart is still sort of around, is the point. But like his strong will gets left behind in a suit of armor that just sort of wanders the Keyblade graveyard for the rest of time. Aqua is like, I don't know what to do about Ventus. He's like frozen solid and kind of just like in a comatose state. So she takes him to the place where they grew up, and she uses she finds out that Master Ericus is dead. She goes there and she's like, well, he's dead now. I may as well take his Keyblade. As one does. He's not using it anymore. So she gets there and she's like, okay, well, like the master taught me a spell so that like anybody who comes here loses their memory and they won't be able to find the center of the palace. So what she did is she just like put Ventus into a deep sleep state. And then you do, yeah,
go back to that.
and then just like cast this spell on the palace. Yeah, there is so much more heart shenanigans coming. So she just like she casts this spell, turns the place into a place called Castle Oblivion, and it's like basically like the further in you get, the more memories you forget, to eventually to the point where you forget why you went in the first place, and then you either just like die or leave. So yeah, she does that, and then she's like, well, I use all of my power for that. I'm kind of depressed. I'm just gonna go to the world of darkness. So she just kind of falls into the world of darkness, and just lives there for a while. Yeah.
I guess they just
too.
the reason as to why she's not in the other games that had been released up until that point.
Yeah. So yeah, this brings us to the second chronological game. This is Kingdom Hearts 0.2 Birth by Sleep, a fragmentary passage. In this game, the main draw of this game is that you can dress Aqua up because he's just got like these like little cat ears and like wings and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But this is about her journey through the realm of darkness. So she's there for a while. We're only going to go over half of this game because half of this game happens before Kingdom Hearts 1. And then the second half of this game happens during and a little bit after Kingdom Hearts 1.
Is that the Disney castle?
That is the Disney castle, yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Why is that in the realm of darkness?
Before, when all of the darkness started like eating people, a lot of the worlds just sort of got plunged into darkness permanently.
Mm-hmm.
And this is like where all of those dead worlds are now.
Mm-hmm.
They're just like stuck in the realm of darkness.
Right.
So yeah, she travels through the realm of darkness, and she's like seeing all these like dead worlds, and not happy because she realizes that like a lot of them are like recently dead because of all of Terra's actions, all of the like increasingly dodgy shit, like when he stole that Sleeping Beauty's heart. You know, that was in there. You know, so she goes there and she's like, don't really like this. But she, while in there, gets to like have a little bit of chat with like various people throughout history. It's worth noting that the realm of darkness, time doesn't work linearly compared to the realm of light. So like, you know, if you're there for like a minute, it could be like 10 years or vice versa.
If we need a character to be somewhere else in the story, we could just pop them into the world of darkness and then they could pop out wherever.
Pretty much, yeah. That's how it works. So yeah, it doesn't like she meets some people in here. But the important thing is that she sees like the tiny little shred of darkness that was in her master Ericus. And he's like, you guys, you Terra and Ven, like you're all connected. So like, yeah, you're stuck in the realm of darkness right now. And like Terra has been possessed and Ven is like in a coma. But like if you just hold out a little bit, you can come back together and like chill out. She fights a whole bunch of like really big Heartless, and then King Mickey turns up and is like, yeah, I'm just here to see if there's like keyblades that come from the realm of darkness instead of just the realm of light. Because if there would, that would be really convenient because we'd be able to cancel out a whole bunch of shit. Yeah. So they meet up and start like traveling together. And that is all I can talk about this part for the moment. Which brings us to Kingdom Hearts 1.
Can't believe it. So
An hour in?
51 minutes in, Ryan. 51 minutes. There we go.
51 minutes, and we're at Kingdom Hearts 1. Thankfully,
Right,
it
here we
gets
go.
a lot less complex. Rahul, do you have any questions?
We said that about One Piece. We were like, it gets so much easier from this point on.
How long are you planning this whole what plot summary to be?
However long it takes. However long it takes.
I was aiming for 2 hours. I don't think we're gonna quite get there.
Make it free.
But I reckon we have another hour and a half to 2 hours.
To get all these people together so you could do this finally.
What was that?
I feel like this
What's
is your
that?
dream. I feel like this has been your dream. Like,
Yeah, basically forcing people to listen to me talk about Kingdom Hearts. Yeah, that's my whole life's work.
Yeah.
You weren't here for
finally...
2 days of. You weren't here for 2 days of One Piece, Rahul. We barely even got halfway.
Barely halfway. 2 straight days. There's 4 hours of me talking about One Piece.
We're not done. There's going to be more.
There's going to be like at least 5 more hours.
I take my leave now then. Enjoy it.
No problem. Thank you.
Thanks for checking in.
For the guest appearance, Rahul.
Yeah, and he's like, no, I ain't having this.
Yeah. All right. No, thank you. Thank you for dropping in.
Thank you, Rahul.
It's all right.
I knew when he joined that he was not going to...
Just completely randomly, we should ping other people and just be like, hey, just hop in this call for like 10 minutes.
Get Stoyan in here.
We'll invite Billy for like wrestling day. It'll be great.
Yeah.
Billy played Kingdom Hearts on mobile. It's okay. All right.
Kingdom Hearts 1. So the story starts here. It's about 10 years after the end of Birth by Sleep. So about 10 years have passed. Nothing has improved, really. One thing worth noting is that Xehanort became a researcher under a guy named Ansem the Wise. He was just like, well, this Ansem the Wise dude is like investigating hearts. So, you know, that kind of goes. He also lost his memory a little bit, but not entirely. So, you know, it is what it is. Yeah, so Kingdom Hearts 1, there's 3 kids living on an island called Destiny Islands. It seems like a really secluded island, but it's actually not. It's just like an island that they go to play on, and there's like a whole mainland. But we don't see the mainland until Kingdom Hearts 2, where they're like on the mainland and they look out to like this tiny little island. It's like, oh, so you didn't actually live there at all. You just played there sometimes.
That does make sense, because for context of the audience, I've played like the first couple hours of Kingdom Hearts 1. And I did find that was weird. The way, yeah, it's just like this little island, but then suddenly, like, Sora's in his bedroom and supposedly had, like, with parents and stuff. I was like, oh, where's that
Yeah.
in this world? Okay,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Sora's mom is really like the forgotten hero of this story because like she has one line in this entire series and then she is never mentioned again.
Great.
Which is just brilliant. So yeah, they are on this island and then like Riku, he's just like he's getting real weird. Because he, you know, I remember as a child, he met Terra. So he knows that there are other people out there from other worlds. And like it's just been like on his brain ever since then. For like 10 years, he's just been like, holy shit, there's other shit out there. I need to go there. I want to see what it's like. Because he's just been living on this like series of islands his whole life. He wants to see more than that. So he's like, let's build a raft. We'll build a raft and we'll just sail to another world. Not really how that works.
No.
But you know, they're kids. I mean, well, they're like 14 and 15, but still, you know, they think that'll work. So they start building this raft. You know, it's going reasonably well. They get a sail. They have a race to get coconuts and shit. There's also like this weird romantic subplot, where like Sora and Riku are both like said to be in love with Kairi. They drop this kind of later, but they're both said to be.
No, we gotta wait.
Oh no!
Ollie,
No!
we need you. If I just keep waving, wave your arms, Ryan. Wave
Oh
them,
my God.
wave them.
Why are you waving your arms? Everything's fine.
No, you stopped. You stopped for like a good 30 seconds.
That worked.
No,
It worked.
I could see you both moving the entire time, so I don't know.
You fully stopped.
Okay,
Right.
All right.
resume
you
from
were
whenever
talking
I
about-
started waving.
You were talking about how they dropped the fact that they love Kairi or whatever.
Right, yeah, they sort of dropped that, but yeah, they're supposed to like love it, and they're like, oh yeah, like, you know, whoever wins all these competitions, you know, gets to be with Kairi forever. Yeah, and as Tia said, they are kind of gay for each other. That'll come up a little bit later. I have a slide specifically for that. Trust me,
I have
I do
prepared a
research.
slide.
You'll know when we get to the gay slide. But yeah, so the day before they're gonna like set out on their journey, they're like, all right, let's go back to bed. It starts storming. Sora's mum is like, hey Sora, it's time for dinner. That's her one line. He's like, Sora, it's time for dinner. And then he gets up and he like looks out the window and notices that like, you know, it's storming and like they're like, oh shit, the raft is gonna get destroyed. So they sort of head out to that. And then like stuff starts getting weird, like Riku's acting real strange. Just prior to this, like the day before, like Sora also like met this weird dude in a cloak. And the dude in the cloak was like, do you want to go places? And Sora was like, yeah, maybe. And then he was like, well, you're gonna. And that was kind of it. That was the interaction with the cloaked man. So yeah, they go there. Riku's acting like real weird. He's like, you know, oh, the time's come. Like the time has come. We're doing it. We're going to another world. And Sora's like, I don't understand what the hell's going on. And then like Riku sort of like disappears into like a pool of darkness. And then Sora's like, what the hell's going on? And then a keyblade just like appears in his hand. After like there's a whole bunch of heartless that just like started showing up on the island. He can't really hit them or do anything with them, but the keyblade shows up and he's like, well, now I can hit them. That's good. He goes back to that place where he met the shady man in the cloak. And then like a door is suddenly there. And like Kairi is like standing in front of the door. And Kairi like turns around and she's like, you know, what's going on? And then the door opens and like Kairi just kind of like disintegrates a little bit. A lot of it. She just disintegrates. She like flies towards Sora and then just like passes right through him and then she like turns into sand. Yeah, she's gone. Not really, but like she is gone. Her heart gets sort of stuck inside Sora for a while, because that just happens. So yeah, Sora then gets sucked into the darkness himself, but is protected by the Keyblade as he travels through the darkness, and ends up in a place called Traverse Town. I'm not going to go through every single town because most of them are unimportant. But Sora goes to Traverse Town. He meets up with Donald and Goofy, who are sort of looking for King Mickey, who has been like missing for like a couple years now.
I know those guys.
Yeah, Donald and Goofy. They show up. Hold on, I think actually there we go. The gang.
These are characters I'm familiar with.
Yeah. So yeah, we have Donald and Goofy. They show up. You can see Riku here. This dude on the left. Kairi is here. She gets dusted. And this dude is. We'll talk about him in a bit.
Is that not Xehanort?
So it is, but it's not. It's boy. It's. We'll get to that. We'll get to that. So yeah, Donald and Goofy are like, they go to Traverse Town because they know that like a lot of people like, traverse through that town.
That makes sense.
That's why it's called that.
Yeah.
And the only instruction that they had was like, look for the Keyblade. If you find the Keyblade, you'll probably find the king because he hangs out with other people that use Keyblades. They see Sora with the Keyblade, and they're like, well, I guess we're gonna hang out with this guy. He'll lead us to the king. Sora doesn't know shit about what's going on. He's lived on like a tiny little recluse island his entire life. But he has the Keyblade. He meets up with Squall from Final Fantasy VIII and Yuffie from Final Fantasy VII. They're present. Also, Aerith is there. Tifa as well at some point. Sid from Final Fantasy VII as well. Yeah. People whose world has been destroyed they end up in Traverse Town. Like if they didn't die in the process, they end up in Traverse Town.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So yeah, there's a lot of like other Final Fantasy characters and shit there as well. Yeah, they meet up with those people, and for some reason, the Final Fantasy people all know about the lore of Kingdom Hearts and Keyblades and shit. So they're like, you got to go to other worlds. You need to unlock their keyholes, which is a thing that you can do. Basically, like travel between worlds is like not possible. Like back when Ephema set up Scarlet Adkylum, he was like, we'll put locks in between every world so that only Keyblade wielders can get from world to world. That was their plan to stop the darkness from getting in. Yeah, they were like, you need to unlock all of these keyholes so that you can like freely travel between the worlds. Terrible idea, because that's how the darkness was getting in previously. But if you want to get through to the other worlds, that's what you have to do. So they go to a bunch of different worlds. They go to like an Allison. Yeah. Also, all of the Final Fantasy people are friends with Mickey Mouse. Nobody really explains how and when that happened. They did live in a place previously that had a Keyblade wielder, but like there is no indication that they ever met or that they were even like alive at that point. So
do the Final Fantasy characters remember where they came from, or they're just
Squall does,
okay,
because he's going by Leon at this point, and he was like, I go by Leon because his name is Squall Leonhardt. He's like, I go by Leon because I don't want to remember my past. Because I did terrible things. I don't think he really did terrible things, but yeah, it's So they leave Traverse Town with this idea that they have to go unlock all the worlds. So they do that. They go to like a Alice in Wonderland place. They go to a Hercules place. Tim Burton's Nightmare Before Christmas. They go there. Why? No, I mean it was just an excuse to put them in fun costumes. Anyway, they eventually learn through their travels that the reason that all this like bad shit happened to the Destiny Islands was because of the interference of a dude named Ansem. Now that is this guy on the left. He's called Ansem, Seeker of Darkness. Now I know I said that he was Xehanort. I promise I will get to that. But he is also called Ansem, Seeker of Darkness. He is the big bad of this game. So like, oh shit, Ansem, that's not great. All the while, Riku, who was like whisked off the island, got to Traverse Town first. He's just been like going around the place. He's been meeting with some bad dudes. He met Maleficent from Sleeping Beauty, and like she was like, "Hey, did you know that you have darkness powers?" And he was like, "Cool, teach me how to use them." So he did. He learned how to use those, and he can just, through darkness, travel to different worlds and stuff. People who have darkness powers can do that for some reason. It's not.
So despite that measure being specifically to prevent darkness from getting from world to world,
Yeah,
the people who have darkness can just circumvent it completely.
Yeah, they can just, as if you can survive the travel between worlds, which is just like filled with darkness, then like you can just walk right in. It's so people with darkness powers are naturally resistant to the darkness themselves. They don't get eaten away by it. So yeah, he can just people who have dark powers can just walk between worlds, and they do liberally throughout the entire series. They just go wherever they want.
I see.
The darkness sounds OP.
So, the darkness is OP. It would be a whole lot easier if all of these characters just use dark powers. Because yeah. So eventually, Riku gets the attention of Ansem, Seeker of Darkness, and he's like, "Hey, don't you want the Keyblade? Because like it should be yours." And Riku's like, "Oh yeah, that's right. That dude said that when he died, he was going to give me his Keyblade, so that Keyblade should be mine." So Riku steals it for a little bit. And Sora's just like fighting with a wooden sword. That's fun. After that, Sora's like, I don't need a weapon. My friends are my power. He says the speech a lot. And the way that he says the speech, like, and now I played through this when I was a child on the PS2. On the PS2 version of Kingdom Hearts 1, you cannot skip cutscenes. And this very long speech about how my friends are my power was an unskippable cutscene before the second hardest fight in the entire game. So I watched that cutscene probably close to 100 times, if not more. Yeah. So yeah, he says like, "Oh yeah, my friends are my power," and then he like gets the Keyblade back, just like whips his ass. Like 20 minutes later, Riku has been like, palling about in the realm of darkness for a bit. Which 20 minutes in the realm of darkness, like that is, it could be any amount of time. So anyway, he got this incomplete Keyblade from the realm of darkness. It's called the Keyblade of People's Hearts. It's an incomplete Keyblade. What it can do is it can just like take people's hearts outside of their body. Like that's its main power. And it's discovered that Kairi is one of what's known as the 7 pure lights. So she has no darkness inside of her. She is incapable of having any darkness inside of her body. So she and like a whole bunch of other Disney princesses are the same. They kidnapped those people and then like tried to take their hearts out. And then when they tried to take Kairi's heart out, because they wanted to create like the 7 lights so that they could clash them with the 13 darknesses and then create Kingdom Hearts. They didn't really know about the darknesses part at that point, so it's kind of, they were just they were killing 7 chicks for no reason really. They find out that like they try to take Kairi's heart out and it's like, can't do it. It's not in there. No heart anymore. And then Riku and Sora fight. And then after that, Riku is sort of like banished to the world of darkness. Which, fair enough. He was kind of a shitty dude for a little bit. And Sora's like, well, I think Kairi's heart is inside of me. So there's this keyblade just on the ground that can take people's hearts out, and then he just stabs himself with the keyblade. Which is not how you're supposed to use it, but I mean, it does the job, you know?
I mean, it's a wild length to go on a hunch.
Yeah, I mean, like it's a sharp thing. Like it has a blade on the end of it. It's not as if it's like blunt like Sora's one is. Like it has an actual like blade. And he's like, well, the only way to do this is to just stab myself with it. It does work. Kairi's heart is released, goes back to her empty shell of a body. But Sora is he's turned into a heartless very briefly. Because he doesn't have a heart anymore, and heartless is somebody who doesn't have a heart anymore, so he gets turned into a heartless very briefly. Kairi, by the way, you wander around like this world for like a while as a heartless, where you can't really do anything, and you just get like killed like one shot by any other heartless, which is a really unfun experience. But that sort of that sums up Kingdom Hearts 1 on the whole, really. Yeah, this Kairi comes along and she like hugs Sora's heartless body, and it like changes him back. He gets his heart back. Yeah, Sora is way too dumb to figure that shit out. They gloss over it super quickly because like he's just like, oh well, whatever, I'll just stab myself, and then whatever happens. And then Kairi's like, well, I can fix him, and she does. They get to, hold on, let me see what my next slide is. Okay, the end of Kingdom Hearts 1. We're not there yet. There we go. So they go after that. They're like, okay, well, like if this Ansem dude is like the reason all of this bad shit is happening, then we should stop him. So they go to the end of the world, which is a world that the end of things are at. It's basically like the end of the realm of light, where it like encroaches into the realm of darkness. Yeah, so they go there. They like have a little fight with Ansem. He brings out this monster dude. This is just called the Dark Figure. They never really gave it a proper name, but it's called the Dark Figure. That is kind of important, but not for a while. Just remember that dude exists. Other versions of Xehanort have used this thing as well. So I guess I should explain this now. Ansem the Wise is the Heartless of Xehanort. So Xehanort intentionally ripped his heart out so that he would create a Heartless that could then like do his bidding around the place. So this is Ansem Seeker of Darkness, rather, is the Heartless of Xehanort. Specifically the Heartless of Xehanort after he possessed Terra's body.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
It does. I'm just curious. But
it does?
What? How does? But so when Sora rips his own heart out, he becomes a Heartless. But when Xehanort does it, he creates a Heartless.
Yes. So I don't know how to explain this. Xehanort does like he does the thing where it's like he intentionally fractures his own heart, I guess. So all those like versions of Xehanort that you saw before, I said like these are all Xehanort. He intentionally fractures his own heart so that like when he creates a Heartless, it doesn't like turn him into it. It just like destroys that piece of his heart.
I see.
Yeah. So yeah, they go and fight this dude. They defeat him. And then we get to the end of Kingdom Hearts 1, where they meet King Mickey. They see he's on the other side of the thing. He has like a reverse colored key to Sora's. It's gold on the handle and then silver. Yeah, he does Voldemort shit. That's a good way of putting it. It's like a Horcrux situation.
Got it.
Yeah. So Mickey's on the other side of the door. Is like, hey, if you hold up your key, because like this door to Kingdom Hearts, it's not the real Kingdom Hearts. It's just the door to the Realm of Darkness. But like Mickey's like, we probably don't want to just like leave this door open. So like, if you hold up your key and I hold up mine on the other side, we can just seal it for good. And then like Riku is also there. He's like in the Realm of Darkness, and he's like, hey, Sora, it's all right. I'm with Mickey now. There's this other cool chick that's in here. Unexplained at that point.
Right.
We'll be fine. So you just like shut the door, take care of Kairi. I'll stay here, and then like eventually I'll find my way back. So yeah, that is the end of Kingdom Hearts 1. And then Sora's like, well, I guess I should just keep exploring. He sort of like feels something with him in him that he's like supposed to go somewhere. So that's what he starts doing. He starts going somewhere, which brings us to this stuff. So on the other side of the Realm of Darkness, Riku visits the Realm of Darkness for the first time, runs into Aqua. So like earlier when he was like hanging around in the Realm of Darkness, he runs into Aqua, and Aqua's like, oh, I remember you. You were that boy on that island. Sorry that my stupid idiot brother / acquaintance got you embroidered in all this mess. And he's like, no, it's fine. Got to see cool shit. So, he meets Terra, or like an embodiment of Terra, in the Realm of Darkness. And Terra's like, you can use a Keyblade. Like, you don't have to steal Sora's Keyblade. You can just use one if you want. Like, that's a thing that you can do. So don't steal. You don't have to do that. And then they meet up with Mickey, and Mickey's like, yeah, I can teach you how to make a Keyblade. Look, I'll make one in this Realm of Darkness right now. So he did that. And then they get attacked by like these big Heartless. And then like the big Heartless are like trying to rush to the door that had just opened in the ending of Kingdom Hearts 1. So Mickey is like, I'll rush ahead. We'll create this other Keyblade. Riku is, he's there. He's present. He's not really doing anything. He's just kind of giving moral support. And Aqua is like, I'll stay behind and I'll keep back the Heartless until you close the door so that they can't get through to the good side of the world. Mickey gets his shirt stolen, giving a canon reason for him being shirtless at the end of Kingdom Hearts 1. You can see he's shirtless there. He was wearing a shirt at the start of 0.2, but the Heartless ate it, and that's why he's canonically shirtless.
It's like
during the end of Kingdom Hearts 1.
It's like the opposite of when prequels unnecessarily give a character like an iconic part of their outfit.
Yeah. They were like, well, we need to explain why he doesn't have his shirt on in this scene.
Yeah.
So they gave a canon reason for that.
Honestly, it's more like original Resident Evil 4. After Chapter 1, Leon loses his leather jacket. And then in the Separate Ways Ada campaign that was added on the PS2 version, there is an NPC in the village wearing Leon's leather jacket. It's like, that's where it went.
I see.
It's exactly the same thing.
So yeah, they do that. They close the door, and then on the other side, Riku's like, well, shit, I guess we just wait here. Is that what we do? And Aqua was like, I mean, you can. I'm gonna leave. I'm just gonna walk into the ocean. So that's what she does. She just walks into the ocean. She's like, I've done my bit. I'm sick of this. I'm just gonna walk into the ocean. I'm done. You guys can figure shit out from here. So Riku and Mickey are like just hanging out in the Realm of Darkness from this point until like partway through Kingdom Hearts 2. So yeah, just keep that in mind. They spend an indeterminate amount of time in the Realm of Darkness. We don't know exactly how long, but like from this point for quite some time, they are there. And basically, every other character that I mention who goes to the Realm of Darkness, Riku met him at some point. So, important. We get to Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories. This is an immediate sequel to Kingdom Hearts. This was on the Game Boy. I used like a weird card system. This is Sora gets compelled to visit a place. So he goes in and he's like, I really feel like I should be here. So he like starts going in. He meets these guys in like weird dark cloaks, and he's like, I don't know what the hell is up with these guys, but like they are kind of mean. They don't want me to be here. So you know, I'll beat them up and just keep going in. As he gets further and further into this castle, he mysteriously starts losing his memories. He just starts forgetting stuff as he gets closer and closer to the center of this castle. Yeah, you did hate that game. There's a really difficult part of this game where you have to like you're inside Monstro the whale, and you just have to like bash the inside of his guts for like 5 minutes, and if you just don't do enough damage, you just lose, and you have to do it from the start. But like, there's no way to grind before that, so if you just weren't powerful enough at that point, you just lose. You just lose. Yeah. So this castle is like sort of made up of these fragments of Sora's memories, and he like relives them. So it's like, you know, reusing story beats and stuff. But then like once he's finished doing that, that just disappears from his memory. So like he gets through Traverse Town again and like steps through, and then like Donald and Goofy are like, wasn't it nice of Squall to help us again? And Sora's like, who the hell is Squall? Like, I've never heard that name in my life. So like as they get through each as they get through each room and each like relive each experience, he starts to forget more and more. Obviously this is just like the forgetting castle that Aqua set up earlier because Ven is in the middle of it. But yeah, there are these like cloaked dudes that are sort of around now, which is explained in Kingdom Hearts 358 Days Over 2. This is a really sad. What's that?
Christion. That's the name.
Yeah.
Chion.
Yeah. It is Chion. That is her name.
Fuck.
Yeah. This is a really sad scene where like Chion dies. And the first thing that like this dude thinks. Also, this is not Ventus. It looks a lot like Ventus. It's not Ventus. But yeah, Shion's dying, and he's like, "Well, that sucks because like we used to get ice cream all the time together, and you know, if you're not here, then I don't get ice cream."
You owe me a pizza.
So this is sort of a good time to explain nobodies. Nobodies are the second half of the equation when it comes to Heartless. So when a person becomes a Heartless, their body is left behind. So like their heart is ripped out, the darkness and like their sort of willpower, I guess, becomes the Heartless. And then their body that's left behind, which has like some remnants of willpower in it, becomes a nobody. Most of these are like weird gray formless beings, but some of them have like a particularly strong will. And these are known as like the organization. So these are nobodies. So this game follows Roxas. Roxas is Sora's nobody. And Sora's nobody was created when Sora got turned into a Heartless, you know, a little while ago. So the very start of this game is sort of like concurrent with the sort of finale-ish of Kingdom Hearts 1. And it leads right into Kingdom Hearts 2. So Roxas like wakes up. He's like, "Congratulations, you're the 13th member of our organization." And he's like, "Cool. None of that means shit to me, but sure." They really like him because he can wield a Keyblade, and Keyblades are really important in this universe. They meet this guy called Xemnas. Also, the naming scheme of all organization people is that like it's an anagram of the original person's name, but with an X in it. So like Roxas is Sora, but like rearranged with an X in it. So there's this dude at the head of the organization called Xemnas, and he is just Ansem with an X in it. So that's the Ansem Seeker of Darkness thing from before. So he is the opposite. He's the nobody, the body left behind when Xehanort created a Heartless for himself. Anyway, they go on missions and stuff. you know, they pal up. You get to meet other members of the organization. It's like, you know, their goal is basically to just like collect hearts, because like they don't have any hearts of their own, so they can't actually wield light at all, which makes it really difficult to make kingdom hearts when you can't wield light. So they have to go steal hearts so they can make something that you know is based on hearts that is light based, so they can make shit. Do you have a question, Ryan?
No, my brain switched off for a moment. I'm zoning back in now.
So yeah, they sort of they pal around a bit. They go to different worlds and stuff. They're mostly just recollecting the hearts that like other heartless have stolen, because that's a thing that a heartless can do, is that because they don't have a heart, they like are drawn to people who do have hearts and then try and steal them. So yeah, they're just mostly like killing heartless around the place. This new member shows up, despite the fact that the organization is called Organization 13 and it's supposed to have 13 members. This new girl shows up, and her name is Shion, and she can also wield a keyblade. Now, the reasons for this are complex. She is also Thora's nobody.
What?
Okay, so a nobody is created whenever a heart is ripped out of a body.
Oh, okay. I see where this is going.
And because
Kyrie's
heart
I get it.
was inside Thora when that heart was ripped out, a nobody was created. That's Shion. There's also like there's another woman named Namine who is like Kyrie's actual nobody. She shows up a little bit in this game. She's essentially a witch that has the ability to manipulate memories.
Is
but
there a specific reason why these ones aren't grey, formless beings?
Just the people have strong willpower before they die.
Mm-hmm.
That's basically it.
Okay.
So yeah. So there's also this other one named Namine. She is Kyrie's nobody from when she had her heart ripped out of her the first time, when Sora caught it. When she turned into dust. So both of the people on screen right now are both Sora's nobodies, but they are created from Kyrie's heart leaving his body and Ventus's heart leaving his body, respectively. He didn't create a nobody of his own.
Oh, okay. So they okay. I get it. That's dumb, but in a way,
it is
it's one of those technically correct is the best kind of correct. You know, it's
Yeah,
that kind of thing.
Yeah. So yeah. Roxas finds out that like he is Sora's nobody. He kind of like finds out. He kind of gets it out of Namine. Namine is like around, and she's like, "Yeah, you're just like the empty shell of a dude who used to live." And like that, like really makes him upset. Yeah, Sora is a bank for hearts. Yeah, Shion also discovers this, and she's like, "I gotta like clearly only one of us can get all of like Sora back, right? Like, because the whole point of the game is that like they're both trying to like become the whole again." And she's like, "Well, we can't both become the whole. Like, there's two of us and only one Sora, so that's just not going to work." All the while, Sora is like, he got to the center of the chamber where Ventus lives and just like became a cocoon. He turned into a cocoon, and like Namine has just been like stealing his memories, because they were just like sort of scattered all throughout the castle. Namine is working with a dude named Ansem. That's confusing, but it's unimportant. Ansem wants.
For fuck's sake.
Ansem wants Sora to get his memories back together because Ansem knows that Sora's like a good guy who can probably help. So yeah, they discover that like they can't both exist. So Shion just like starts doing increasingly risky behavior where she's like trying to get herself killed. And then like Roxas shows up one day and is like, what are you doing, man? Like, you can't do this. And she's like, you should just kill me. So he does. He kills her. And that's what this scene is. And then immediately afterwards, he forgets that she exists. Everybody does, because she wasn't supposed to exist. Because you can't have two nobodies born from the same body, but you can because Sora did it. I don't know. The second she stopped existing, like all of her memories and shit, like went into Roxas, and then eventually were returned to Sora later.
It's just we don't want to have to deal with the memories of this character or their implications on the wider universe. So that's it. They're gone.
Yeah. For a brief while, Shion also looked like Ventus. It's unclear why. She just like one specific character. I mean, it is kind of clear why. One specific character. His name is Zigbar. He's another member of the organization. He looks at Shion and sees Ventus, and he's like, "What the hell is up with that? That shouldn't be allowed." But yeah, everyone else sees her as Shion, or as just like Zigbar. That's his name.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's very important.
I wasn't going to question it.
Also, the dude who was like in charge of the castle, the organization previously, like they were like going into a castle oblivion to basically try and capture Sora, but like he got cocooned before they could. The dude who was like the head of that of those efforts was a dude named Marluxia, and he was working with a woman named Larxene. Now, if we go all the way back,
Oh my gosh.
remember that this is Laurium, which if you add an X into that and anagramize it, it becomes Marluxia, and then Larxene is this one. So, as I said, I told you they were important. They are. This also implies that those two members of the organization could wield a Keyblade, but choose not to, which I think is maybe important later. We'll see when we get there. So yeah, Shion dies, and then Roxas basically starts getting all of the memories back, and Naminé is like, okay, well now I have to kill Roxas because I need to put those memories back into Sora. Like now that he's got all the memories and he's put them all in himself, we need to put it back into Sora.
Mm-hmm.
That's really important that Sora gets his memories back so he can become whole again. So what they do is Ansem, the one that Naminé is working with, Ansem and Naminé work with Riku, who has just stepped out of the realm of darkness for a little bit, to capture Roxas and put him into a digital simulation, much like the digital world that the Dandelions earlier went into. And they were like, he can live out a week in this. So like we just need a week so we can sort out everything else. I think that's it. Yeah. The start of Kingdom Hearts 2. We're really getting through this. Yeah, there we go.
You say that we're on the second officially main game in the series.
Yeah, but that's like we're like more than halfway through.
Yeah, Ryan, it hasn't had a new game in how long?
There is a big gap between 2 and 3. You're right.
I think I need to take like a 5-minute break to like go pee and take meds and stuff.
Okay, all right.
Intermission.
Intermission.
Sure.
Intermission time. All right. Oh, goodness me.
Ryan, what are you going to regale us with during the intermission?
Oh, I don't know, man. I was telling Ollie before we started, I'm putting together my presentation for, I don't know when we're gonna, I guess, should we do One Piece tomorrow, then wrestling, then One Piece on Friday?
Maybe.
But yeah, because Ollie was talking about how many slides he had. He said he had about 40 slides. My one, I won't spend anywhere near as long on each slide as Ollie has, but my one is currently, it's a story that runs from the end of 2012 to now. I'm on just over 50 slides and I'm in 2018.
Fantastic.
So
fantastic.
You know.
Yeah. That's what we want, isn't it?
Yep.
This is the beauty of long-term storytelling. The weird thing about One Piece is that it uses long-term storytelling while also not being a long-term story. Like,
well, this is the unique thing about wrestling, right? Is they have no choice but to tell the story in real time. You know, they can't just skip ahead.
Yeah. Yeah, whereas in One Piece, we have like 15-year spans of publication, and then it's like, okay, how long was that in the universe? It's like about 3 months. Like, what we've covered in the One Piece stream so far is like 2 months of real world in universe time, maybe.
Yeah.
You know, but it's like 10 years of publication. And which gets interesting later because, you know, a character will show up for the first time in nearly a decade and they'll be like, long time no see, Straw Hat. But in universe, it was actually just a few weeks ago.
Yeah, this is it. I'm glad you're excited to.
Hell yeah.
But this is the interesting thing, you know. It's like, yes, when a week has passed in the wrestling story, a week has passed for you, and that creates an interesting perspective, you know. And also, then obviously, there's generally the fact that like injuries and stuff can happen. So it's like a character that was central to this story just has to go away for months now. And we've got to work out what to do.
Yeah. Meanwhile, in One Piece, we're getting weekly updates to the story, but for the past several months, we've been in a flashback. So we just have to imagine that for the past several months the characters have been stood listening to this being told this story like yeah
yeah.
It's been real good though, so they get away with it.
Yeah.
Good times
Indeed.
I wish I had something else to teach people about. This is all I got.
Yeah.
The only other thing I could do is just play through Resident Evil 4 on stream while talking about it. I'm like, yeah, this thing over here, and there's this thing here, right? And if you shoot the guy like this, boom.
Well, this is like there are franchises I could do. We talked about this before. I could do Xenoblade, but like Ollie's played the whole thing, and while I'm sure your knowledge is nowhere near comprehensive, you have played like most of all the games, haven't you?
I haven't finished Torna. Other than that, I did it all.
Right, there you go. So
yeah, I'll get to Torna one day, maybe. I'm not gonna lie, my RPG backlog is not healthy. Oh no, we've lost Ollie's stream. Well, Ollie's back.
I
Just
pressed
in
the
time
wrong
to
button.
save the stream.
I pressed the wrong button.
Ollie, what's your
No, Torna
JRPG
kind of-
backlog like?
I mean, it's pretty bad.
Yeah.
I started playing the Trails series, and like that's
Oh
gonna take
no,
me
don't even fucking bother.
7 years.
oh god, I still need to get back to the Ace Attorney games.
Yeah.
I've done the original trilogy and the Investigations games, but I've not gotten to Apollo Justice yet.
Since I got into Like a Dragon Gaiden, that series playthrough has halted.
That's funny because Tia, who's watching right now, also stopped at Gaiden.
It's Gaiden some shit, huh? Like, oh my god, the pacing. Oh, yeah.
I need to go back and play the Persona games as well, which was like I was going to start Persona 4 Golden, but then they announced that there was going to be a Persona 4 remake, so I was like, I guess I'll play 3 remake and wait for 4 remake to come out.
I wonder how many different versions of Persona 4 will be the definitive version.
I mean, they're probably not even going to put the golden content in.
Oh, don't
remake.
start with me. Don't start with me. Yep. All right. Back to Kingdom Hearts.
Back to Kingdom Hearts. Is there anything? Are there any unexplained things that you need explaining? Lots, I imagine, but.
Okay. Do we need to know what being naughted is yet, or are we good?
We're about to get to that point. Naughting is a thing that happens in this game.
Okay.
But before we get to that, can I say, is my theory correct that naughting is taken from Xehanort's name?
It is, yeah.
Right, okay. That is just why it's called that. Gotcha.
Yeah. Right.
Anyway, Kingdom Hearts 2. So we start off Kingdom Hearts 2, you play as a guy named Roxas. I should point out that this came out before 358 Days, so this was our first proper introduction to Roxas.
Fair enough.
Completely unexplained, just another character that you play as for the first 3 hours of Kingdom Hearts 2.
Okay.
So, Kyrie's hometown. Are you asking if this is Kyrie's hometown? Because it's not. Kyrie's hometown is Hollow Bastion, previously known as Radiant Garden, which is where Ansem the Wise lived, and that was the person that Xehanort became a student under previously.
Okay.
Right, yeah. So yeah, Radiant Garden. Aqua visited there once, and then Kyrie accidentally touched Aqua's Keyblade, which is why Kyrie can wield a Keyblade later in the series.
Wait, so does touching a Keyblade have the potential to just confer special powers? I don't know. I assumed you needed to be.
I mean, yeah. So
already.
she was the daughter of the ruler of Radiant Garden, which is what made her a princess.
Right.
One of the princesses of Heart and one of the pure lights.
Mm-hmm.
When Radiant Garden fell after the events of Birth by Sleep, because Terra kind of messed it up, she just went to Destiny Islands.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Her grandma took her there. It's unexplained why her grandma could do that, but yeah.
Okay.
So Square Enix acquired the license to use all the Disney princesses and went, we're going to create our own Disney princess.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right, I have one more question. Was Mickey Mouse, etc., et al., were they around for the first and/or second Keyblade War? Or did they just show up later?
Mickey Mouse was alive, but not present during that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
His master, Yensid the Wizard, who's the wizard from Fantasia.
Right.
That dude. Yeah. Yensid also being an anagram of Disney.
Okay.
Which is where Ericus came from.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. Yensid was in the Keyblade War.
Right.
Okay.
All right. Okay.
He was one of the very few survivors. He was basically the only one left that could still wield a Keyblade.
All
and he helped found Scarlet Adkylum.
All right. Final. Okay. How many questions am I allowed to ask?
Oh, as many as you want.
All right. Okay.
How much time have we got?
Are the Final Fantasy guys still relevant?
Yes.
Okay.
They're still relevant.
All right.
They show up in this one.
And all right. Sephiroth is still
Mickey's town wasn't connected to the Keyblade world. Disney Castle
right
is the center of the universe in Kingdom Hearts. It is...
Right, and so that's the realm that Mickey is king of, right? Because he's King Mickey.
Yes, he's King Mickey. He's the king of Disney Castle, which is separate from the Disney Castle that was underneath in the world of darkness.
Okay.
It's a separate thing.
All right.
All right. Also, at some point, Mickey was one of the Three Musketeers, which happens in a separate world. That's not really explained if that's a separate point in time or just a separate version of Mickey. But yeah, that we'll get to that.
Okay. My final question is: so why did the guy who made Super Santorini have the same last name as the lad from Versus 13?
So Versus 13, if you can believe it, will come up in this.
Oh, for fuck's sake! I knew it.
I'm not even kidding. When we get towards the end, you're going to be like, holy shit.
We can't let Nomura do anything, man. I thought this was about Mickey Mouse.
Square Enix's dream. They get to keep making Final Fantasy 13 games forever.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll get to that. Anyway, so Kingdom Hearts 2, you play as a dude named Roxas. He's just a guy who's on a summer break with Hana, Pence, and Olette, which are these three guys here. They're what we should do for our last week of summer break is just go to the beach, much like the fabled Nicki Minaj song. So they go to the beach, and that's such a fucking stupid reference.
And then they get in starships that are meant to fly.
They do get in starships. That's the thing. Oh god.
I can't take it.
Yeah. Hanger pants and omelet. Yeah, that's what we call them. Hanger pants and omelet. So yeah, they like start making money. You have to play like a bunch of shitty mini games to like earn money. You need like 5,000 money to go to the beach. And it's like you get 100 money for each mini game that you do. So you have to do so many of them. In the remake, the remaster, they like messed up the coding. So if you just go to the place where you're supposed to go, you can just progress the story without doing any of them, which is hilarious. It's so good. Because it like turns this like 3-hour section at the beginning into like a 15-minute section. Anyway, so they decide they want to go to the beach. And so they save up all this money, they go to the train, and then Riku rocks up. Just like actual Riku. Yeah, the amount of hours that we skateboarded for money, yeah, we skateboarded so because it was the quickest one, but it was still so many. Yeah. So Riku rocks up. He's in a black cloak. He's like just stepped out of the realm of darkness for a little while. He just like beats the shit out of everyone.
What the fuck?
And steals their money. And then Riku goes back. He like chats to this weird dude in a mask who's later revealed to be Ansem the Wise. And Ansem's like, yeah, thanks for doing that. We just haven't built the other part of the town yet in the digital simulation, so we just needed to stop them from doing that. So they could do that later. They do end up going to another part of the town, not exactly the beach. But yeah. So they go there. There's more Final Fantasy characters as well. There's a bunch from Final Fantasy VIII, like Vivi from Final Fantasy IX is there. You know, they're around. Yeah. So that happens. Roxas like starts having like weird dreams, where he's like somebody else, and he's like, "What the hell's going on?" Because they wiped his memory when they put him into the digital realm. Yeah, so he was basically just stuck in this while like Namine like prepped Sora's brain to receive the rest of the memories that like Roxas held. So he starts having these weird dreams. You know, it's a lot of weird stuff happens. He goes to like this mansion and like fights nobodies, like regular nobodies, the gray formless blobs. And then like Xemnas shows up and he's like, "Oh yeah, you're nobody. You're actually not real." And then Roxas has like an existential crisis, and then like starts like summoning Keyblades. Another dude named Axel, he was a member of the organization. He shows up. He has really cool fire powers and is clearly just like Nomura's favorite. So he shows up and like just like is really mad at Roxas for not remembering him because they were like besties. Yeah, he gets like sent away. Like Roxas gets like super mad and wields like summons a second Keyblade. First person ever to have 2 Keyblades in their hands. Yeah, he like starts losing his shit, and then Ansem is like, well, let's just shut down the simulation. We'll like bring him back into the real world and just like shove him into Sora as is. Which is what happens. He gets shoved into Sora. Sora wakes up, starts learning about these things very briefly from Yensid and Mickey, because Mickey's there now. Yeah, Kingdom Hearts 2, not a whole lot happens. They fight the organization. You know, Riku turns up again. Hold on, let me see. Do I have Riku comes back. He's back.
Nice.
He has a Keyblade of his own now. He has like long hair and like a cool outfit. It's quite fun. So yeah, Riku shows up again. Let me just check this next one. Okay. So just ignore that. We'll get to that. Yeah. Riku shows up. They're like, we need to kill Xemnas. Because Xemnas was trying to make Kingdom Hearts. Xehanort's whole thing this entire time has been like, I need to create Kingdom Hearts. So the organization, yeah, Riku is weirdly older than everyone else. He like ages. He's like a full-on adult. Yeah, it's because he was in the realm of darkness where like time works differently. So he aged a lot quicker.
I had to look it up. Unfortunately, Halo 2 did introduce dual wielding the year before Kingdom Hearts 2.
I see. That's fair. In any case, yeah, they fight a bunch of times. You know, they fight other people. Not a whole lot happens in Kingdom Hearts 2. Like it's like lore dump, but it's stuff that I've already explained prior to this. But the gist of it is like, Kairi gets kidnapped by Axel, because it's basically just like we need to draw Sora to fight against Xemnas, because Xemnas, you know, he has figured out this whole, you know, the part of Xemnas that was Xehanort. He's like figured out this whole, you know, 13 darknesses is kind of required thing, which is why he created the Organization 13. Yeah, Kingdom Hearts 2 is Dance Water. There is a character who is semi-important called Demix. We don't know who he used to be, but it's been strongly implied that he was at one point a Keyblade wielder. He's also, he like plays a sitar, that Indian stringed instrument. And he can like control water. He is one of the most annoying fights in the entire series because he summons these like little water guys that you have to defeat like 50 of in 10 seconds. And it's really, really difficult.
I will say, everything you're telling me about the gameplay parts of these games really makes me never want to play these games.
Whoa,
no, I'm mentioning the parts that are frustrating. Like the rest, everything that I'm not mentioning, the other like 60 hours of story that we're talking about here, the gameplay parts of those, except for Kingdom Hearts 1, are really, really good. Kingdom Hearts 1
this is
just
it.
sucks.
Because this is what
Kingdom
I
Hearts
have
1
played.
sucks.
I played Kingdom Hearts 1 up to like, I think towards the end of the Hercules section, and it's like, man, I just gave up on it because I wasn't having fun.
Yeah, it's not a pleasant game. But yeah, Demix doesn't shut up while you fight him. He is talking constantly throughout the fight. It is extremely annoying. Every other fight is like really fun. Most of the boss fights in that game are really fun. But yeah, Demix is an absolute chore. In the remaster, they extended the timers that you get to kill the water guys, which is just a blessing. But yeah, so they like slowly take down these organization guys, but like at this point, like Xehanort's thinking like, well, maybe it's a ratio thing. Like it doesn't matter that some of the organization guys have died, because like the ratio is still like a 13-7 kind of vibe. It doesn't work. He tries to summon Kingdom Hearts, but he can't do it because he doesn't have a heart. I don't know how that works. But he tries to do it. It doesn't really work. Sora is like, you know, he remembers all of Roxas's stuff like halfway through the game and is like, no, Roxas was a real person. He should get to live too. And then they like get Kairi back. They defeat Xemnas, but in doing so, end up trapped in the world of darkness. They accidentally fell through the door to darkness that was in the end of Kingdom Hearts 1. And then at the end of that, they're just like, well, you know, we can just live our lives together here. You know, just the two of us, which is why I have this next slide. The end of Kingdom Hearts 2. This is the gay slide, where they just decide that they're gonna like live a quaint little life on the beach in the realm of darkness for the rest of time. They're just like, well, you know, we like each other. You know, we can just stay here. They like literally are sitting on the beach holding hands, and they're like, let's live the rest of our lives together here. Despite the fact that they both have keyblades and could get out of the realm of darkness very easily at this point, they decide to stay there. Yeah.
I mean, look, it's also not the first time in this series where someone's just gone, you know what? I can't be bothered with this anymore. Let's just not.
Yeah. So yeah, they decide, we're just gonna stay here. And then like Kyrie, being like the homophobe that she is, she uses her powers of pure light to like open the door, and she's like, "Come on, guys, we have stuff to do. You'd better come in." And they're like, I guess we can go back. Do we have to?" And she's like, "Yeah, I mean, there's still some bad stuff happening here, so you should probably come and fix it." So they do not get to live their best gay life on the beach in the realm of darkness anymore.
The beach that
which
makes
is unfortunate.
you old.
Yeah. Yeah. So Nording. Nording is very important in this. So when I said before that that Xehanort did the sort of Horcrux thing, that's what Nording is essentially. He takes off like a little chunk of his soul and places it into people. And that over time sort of it twists their heart to be more aligned with darkness, so that they can become pure darknesses. So the reason he made a whole bunch of nobodies is that they don't have hearts, and his plan was to like stick the other pieces of his heart into all of those nobodies, so that he could use them essentially as vessels to become 13 pure darknesses. Because he figured like his heart was like pure darkness. If he fractures it and then puts it into like 13 people, then that's 13 pure darknesses. There's no room for light there. Unfortunately, what happened was a lot of the people who did get Norded, as I said before, you can't really have an incomplete heart inside your body for like very long before attaching onto another thing. They start to transform into him. So like they start getting yellow eyes and that's the process of being Norded. That unfortunately, like with the nobodies in particular, they started to like form attachments to each other, and then like they were growing their own hearts back, kind of, through their connections with each other. Because they're not supposed to have any feelings. Like nobodies aren't supposed to have emotions,
Right.
because they don't have hearts. But like through their connection to each other, they became they started growing back the parts of their heart that were missing. Xehanort's plan ultimately did not come into fruition because they found light in the connections they have with each other. He tries a much more extreme thing in Kingdom Hearts 3. Kingdom Hearts 2, Xemnas is defeated. They decide to not live out their gay life, and this brings us to Kingdom Hearts Coded.
Wait,
this was
what
another
about
DS game.
Recoded?
It's the same game.
Okay.
It's just one of them is on the DS and one of them is on mobile. Coded was on mobile, and then they remade it for the DS, but
Alright.
it's basically the same thing. It's the same story. In this one, I forgot to mention, back in Chain of Memories, this is a while ago, one of the organization dudes made a replica of Riku that was like made up of data. They basically like there was like a body, like a puppet, that they can put like data into. So they had been like analyzing Riku when he was under the control of Ansem, Seeker of Darkness, back in Kingdom Hearts 1. And they like put his spirit into that. So there is a replica of Riku. He like shows up a couple times to fight Sora, but then he just like kind of pisses off for a while. There's a Riku replica. Kingdom Hearts Coded. This takes place in the digital world that we mentioned earlier. Basically, like Jiminy Cricket. I have not mentioned him so far, but Jiminy Cricket is with Sora all the time. He is his Sora's journal keeper, and as at the end of the Kingdom Hearts 2 story, Jiminy's like, well, at the end of Kingdom Hearts 1, my journal was just like wiped clean because Sora started going into the castle that makes you forget. So I'm going to digitize all of the data that's in my journal in the digital world. So Jiminy Cricket goes and does that. And this creates like a digital version of Sora and a digital version of Riku, which already existed in the Riku replica. So the Riku replica who had pissed off previously manifests again in the digital world. Originally, the fake Sora has like a fake Keyblade, but he sort of starts becoming his own person and manifests a real Keyblade, which is not his Keyblade, but like Shion's Keyblade. It's a weird situation, but like the data from Shion, now that like Sora had become a whole, had manifested into a new real Keyblade, that just sort of lives inside the digital world for a little bit. So that's all that really happens. Also, at the very end of it, they get a letter saying like, "Hey, you should come see Yensid." So that just kicks off the next part of it. Dream drop distance. I forgot that I wrote that in the bottom right corner.
Yep, there we go.
That is. It's true. It's true though.
Just hanging out there.
Oh goodness me. Dream drop distance. Sora and Riku are called to Yensid's tower, and he's like, "I'm gonna put you through the Mark of Mastery exam. I'm gonna make you Keyblade masters. So you have to do a series of tasks. You have to dive into sleeping worlds. Now, sleeping worlds. Now, this may come as a surprise to you, but when worlds start getting infected by darkness, Yensid was like, "I'm just going to put them to sleep so we can deal with them later." That's what Yensid's plan was.
Fuck's sake.
So he was like, "Well, so you have to dive into these worlds. You have to dive into the dreams of these worlds and then fix stuff from the inside using something called the power of waking." This is something that all Keyblade masters can do, where like if there's a sleeping heart or a sleeping world, they can wake it up so that they can deal with those problems. The power of waking becomes really important in Kingdom Hearts 3, so they have to introduce it here very quickly, even though there were many other times before this that it would have been really handy to know about. When Sora stabbed himself with the Keyblade of Hearts and like released his heart and Kyrie's heart and Ventus's heart, he was inadvertently then using the power of waking, because he was waking the sleeping hearts within him. So they dive in. It's not a whole lot happens plot-wise here. But they go through the worlds and they start like waking up worlds and stuff. Fixing the darkness with them, within them, and like sending them back to the real world. All the while they're being like assessed by Yensid. And then Sora is like really struggling. Riku's doing a great job. You get to play as Riku in this one. It's quite fun. But Riku is doing a great job. He's like just clearing shit up left and right. Sora is like struggling because he's like alone for the first time. Like all of the other times he's at Donald and Goofy and sometimes Riku with him. And now he's like, I don't know how to do this alone. Like I'm making friends with some of the people I meet in these worlds, but like that's not the same as having a companion by your side. Riku, on the other hand, has just been like chilling alone in the realm of darkness for like 40 years. So, he's pretty used to being alone at this point. So he is totally fine. Sora starts struggling and like he sort of falls into a bit of a coma because he's, having a bit of an existential crisis.
So what you're saying is he put himself to sleep to deal with it later.
So partway through this game, we get the reveal, which is that this image is going to make sense in just a second. That Riku never dived into a sleeping world. He dived into Sora. He entered Sora so that he could wake Sora's sleeping powers. Basically, like Sora was not powerful enough. He was not progressing enough to actually do what he needed to do. He was just not progressing at all because he had just like had all this, like this decades of like other hearts living inside of him. He was confused, and his own heart was sleeping because he had been relying on the powers of the other people that lived inside him for so long. So Riku went inside Sora to wake up Sora's heart. And that was the real mark of mastery. Was Riku was the only one who was ever actually taking the exam at that point. Sora was just lied to by Yensid, which is a funny bit. Yensid is a bit of a trickster. So Riku, it's believed that Riku probably has the power of waking. So they send him into Sora and was like, "Hey, let's wake him up." He gets to the very center of Sora's heart, and who does he find there? Xehanort. Of course, it's Xehanort.
Oh my god.
Xehanort, through the connection that he had with Ventus, put a little piece of Vanitas also inside Sora when he realized that Ventus's heart, incomplete heart, had like joined with Sora's. He was like, I want a piece of Vanitas in there as well. Which is why Vanitas started looking like Sora at the end of Birth by Sleep. Vanitas is kind of like a nobody, but not really. He's just like holding a meeting inside Sora's body. It's a bit weird, but they're basically using the inside of Sora's heart as like a world in which they can safely gather, because nobody's going to be like, well, we have to kill Sora, like he's the good guy. So they've just been like using his world. And then we find out that Xehanort has been essentially abusing the realm of darkness to time travel to different parts of his own past and future.
I knew time travel was going to come into this.
Yeah, he time traveled through to different parts of his past and future, so that he could recruit himself to act as the 13 Darknesses. So he just various parts of him throughout history. So like the Ansem Seeker of Darkness, he recruited him. The Xemnas, he recruited him. The young version of himself, the version of himself that was possessed by Terra, that possessed Terra. So he was like, I'm going to collect all of these different versions of myself. But he also started abusing alternate timelines. So he was like, I'm going to go to a version of the future where naughting some of these nobodies was successful. So he went to a version of the future where naughting, Luxine was successful, and all of these things. So he has these like 13 darknesses now, and that's like the big reveal at the end of this this game, that the 13 darknesses are assembled. In order to defeat that, as far as Yen Sid is concerned, they need 7 Keyblade wielders to combat that. Unfortunately, I mean, like we know, from hindsight now, that just creates the Keyblade, which is what Xehanort wants to do the entire time. But yeah. Was
that not known at the time?
That was not known at the time. Nobody really knew how it worked. Xehanort did. But like other than that, like the different versions of Xehanort, like Xemnas and some Secret of Darkness, they didn't know the exact mechanics behind it. And like nobody else did either. So they just knew that like it had to be light and darkness clashing. But like Yensid knew that like 7 lights were important. He just didn't know that putting 7 lights against 13 darknesses would cause Kingdom Hearts to show up. Right. They get out. Riku gets out of Sora, and then Yensid's like, "Congratulations, you're a master. Please go get Aqua from the ocean, because we need another master, and she's the only one that can do it, and she's just at the bottom of the ocean now. So go and do that, please." So he goes and does that, and then Sora's like, "Oh, did I pass too?" And Yensid's like, "No, you were never actually being tested. So you can just go around to all the worlds and see what's going on. Like you need to get the power of waking, and you don't have that yourself. So, just get stronger." Kingdom Hearts 3. Alrighty. This is accurate to lore. Donald Duck has a gun now.
Blicky.
So Kingdom Hearts 3 starts with that. Riku is off getting. Hold on, let me just Yeah, everyone dies. We'll get to that in a second. So the main plot of Kingdom Hearts 3 is that like everybody's going around to like try and get the Keyblade wielders back. So like Kairi is like training to become a Keyblade wielder because she touched Aqua's Keyblade once. Yeah. And then Axel, he became whole again. Axel became whole and turned into a guy named Lee. And then he's training to become a Keyblade wielder. And they're like, we need Terra, Aqua, and Ventus back. So we need to go get them. We could probably do with like Shion if she's still around. We just need as many good Keyblade wielders as possible. At the same time, Xehanort's going around as like, we need to corrupt as many Keyblade wielders as possible so that they fight for us instead. So that's like the main plot. There's like most of the boss battles and encounters in this game are like, remember this guy from Kingdom Hearts 358 Days? Well, now it's time to fight him again. It's kind of like that. There is an in-engine recreation of Let It Go from Frozen, which very impressively done because it's all done in-engine in Unreal 4 rather.
Nice.
And it looks identical to the movie, which is super, super impressive. But that's not important to the plot. It just happens. It's just the Let It Go scene from that movie, but like every now and then they cut away to Sora looking surprised at things happening.
There's a lot about when they had probably initially hoped Kingdom Hearts 3 would come out, huh?
Yeah. Yeah. But I mean, there's like Tangled. Tangled is in it.
Yeah.
I like Tangled.
There's Big Hero 6 is in it. That's cool. Anyway, so basically this whole thing is like, they get a couple Keyblade wielders back, Xehanort grabs a couple as well. Shion ends up working for Xehanort, not through her own choice, but she got corrupted. So this all sort of culminates in like they go to the Keyblade graveyard. There is other stuff that happens, but it just doesn't matter at all. Like they face off against Vanitas here, and then it doesn't matter. So they go to the Keyblade graveyard, which is where all the big battles in the series happen. They're like, this is where Keyblade wielders fought and died, so this is where we're going to fight and potentially die. And that's exactly what happens. They get to the Keyblade, the Keyblade graveyard. You'll notice that who we have here is we have Aqua, we have Ventus, we have Riku in the background here. Riku got a new sword, by the way. He got a new Keyblade.
Riku got a haircut?
He got a haircut too, which is really disappointing.
Yeah, what the hell?
Yeah, so he gets a new Keyblade. Mickey gets a new Keyblade as well. They both lost theirs in the fight against Aqua in the Realm of Darkness. She was Norded because she was drowning at the bottom of the ocean, but they unnorded her just because they were, I don't know, Riku replica turned up and like used Riku's non-broken old Keyblade to like fight against Aqua with Riku. It's a mess. It's not important.
I was gonna ask if there was like an established way to unnort someone.
Yeah, it's basically just like beating the shit out of them. In Aqua's case, like she wasn't like she was Norded because she was depressed. Like it wasn't like she had like given into darkness or whatever. It's like she had just given up on life in general. So she was kind of like manipulated by Xehanort in that regard. But like it wasn't like a permanent thing. It was just like while she was depressed. She didn't think that she would ever get out of the realm of darkness.
Who's the guy on the right in the coat?
That's Axel / Lee.
Okay.
So that's the guy that I mentioned before. He trained to become a Keyblade wielder. And then we have Kairi as well. So there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hey, there we go. 7 Keyblade wielders here. As well as Donald and Goofy, who are just kind of present. So they get here. There's a shit ton of Heartless, a shit ton of Nobodies. They're fighting like 10,000 of them. You have to kill 10,000 of them in game. and then they just get overwhelmed. Donald's like, this is really bad. We're gonna die. So he casts a spell called Zeta Flare, making him the strongest mage in the entire Final Fantasy canon.
And how does he pronounce that?
Zeta Flare.
And how does Donald say it?
Yeah, Zeta Flare. No, I mean, yeah, no, he dies in that process. Donald like straight up dies in casting that spell because it uses all of his magic reserves. You know, Axel / Lee gets like eaten by the darkness because he's already kind of like predisposed to darkness. Aqua gets like Norded again. And then Sora's like, damn, this kind of sucks. Like everyone's dying. So he goes to heaven. Sora's just like, not a fan of this. I'm just going to go to heaven and see if we can talk to God upstairs and do a little bit of an Uno reverso on this situation.
Yeah.
So he goes up to heaven. This is not God. This is a dude named Chirithy. Just in case you were wondering.
You said he talked to God, and then there's just that image on screen. I mean, what other conclusion was I supposed to draw?
Yeah, no, this is a dude named Chirithy. He's a dream eater. They were very important in Dream Drop Distance, but less important now. The main thing is that this is Ventus's dream eater. This is the one that is like was made for Ventus. So Sora talks to God, talks to this little dude, and this guy's like, yeah, I mean, you can just time travel. Like, if Xehanort's doing it, like, why don't you? So he goes and like collects like the dead souls of like all of the people who just died, and then just like time travels to just before everyone died. Now this next part, I'm curious to see if you remember all the way back, but they start getting into the final fight. Do I actually not have it? Oh yeah, I don't. I had another slide here, but it seems to have disappeared. Basically, Ephema turns up. You know Ephema, that dude.
No.
He was the dude who founded Scarlet Ad Kylum. He was one of the dandelions.
Right. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
Super Santorini.
he turns up. What's that?
Super Santorini.
Yeah. He created that place. So he turns up, and he's like, you know, there's still data. Also, Riku Replica is involved in this. It's really not explained how. But he's like, there's still data left of all of the Keyblade wielders of the Age of Fairy Tales. Like, so, like the old guys before the Keyblade War, we have data for every single one of them. Everyone who fought by our side, because they were all digitized along with the dandelions. So he releases all that data into the world. It becomes the Keyblades that help fight against, against the 13 Darknesses. Ultimately, though, turns out Xehanort was like very prepared, like extremely prepared. So even though they won back Shion and a couple other people as well, like they got rid of most of the new organization. He was like, I still have like 40 different like past versions of myself and future versions of myself. So like I'm always going to have 13 guys. At this point, Sora knows that like fighting 7 lights against 13 darknesses is going to create the Keyblade. But he's like, well, we don't know how that's going to go. So it goes poorly. It goes very poorly.
He's holding it there.
He's holding it right there. So they fight against each other. Kingdom Hearts is summoned, and he just has it. Because of course he does, because that's what he's been trying to do this entire time, is have 7 lights fight against 13 darknesses, and that's just what happened. But then Sora's like, well, you know, we can this dude comes back. We'll talk about him in just a second. Sora's like, you know, I've done so much time travel already in like winding back the fact that people died. I'm just going to time travel all of us back to Scala ad Kylum. So he decides to take them both back to Scala, where they can like fight without any of his friends like getting hurt. But like Xehanort kind of predicted this and just like snatched Kyrie. He was like, I'm gonna take Kyrie with us. So sucks to be you. And then he snaps her neck. He kills her, like right in front of Sora. So Sora's like real pissed off. But yeah, Kyrie's dead. Her like sort of will gets spread throughout Scala. So you have to like do this little mini game where you collect the pieces of Kyrie's heart. They start like fighting. You go through like all these different fights for like of different versions of Xehanort. This dude turns up, like Ven and Aqua are like fighting against the Terra Xehanort, and this monster dude that was with Ansem the Wise, not Ansem the Wise, Ansem Seeker of Darkness, if you remember, and other versions of Xehanort. He turns up, and they're like, "Oh shit, this dude's gonna kill us." And he's like, "Actually, no." And he like rips off these like bandages that he over his face, and he's like, "I'm Terra. I've been living inside Xehanort all this time, just like making sure that he didn't do anything obscenely evil, and I've been sabotaging his plans the entire time." Because remember, his heart was never ejected; it was just set to like sleep within Xehanort after he took over the body. So he's been like doing his own sort of darkness shit in the background, using his powers of darkness. Because like Xehanort thought, well, I take over his body and then his heart goes to sleep. But like when a heart goes to sleep, it just goes into darkness, and he was already fully in the darkness. Terra was like all about it. Yeah, he was able to continue doing stuff the entire time, helping to like sabotage the plan. So he pulls off his mask and is like, I'm Terra, I'm gonna do this. He like severs the chains, which is what he's holding there, that like holds everyone to like, because Xehanort sent out these dark chains to like bind everyone, and he like severs all of those chains. And then they all just like Sora like beats the shit out of Xehanort, and Xehanort's like, damn, I guess the Keyblade was actually for you. Like that's why it was summoned here. It wasn't for me, it was for you. So Sora does this, he uses the power of all of his friends to seal Kingdom Hearts once and for all, destroying the Keyblade in the process. So Kingdom Hearts can never come back, which good thing or bad thing, who knows. Yeah, so he does that. Xehanort, Ericus turns up. I don't know why Ericus is back. He's back. I guess like when Terra became a person again, Ericus undied. But then he grabs Xehanort and he's like, oh, I loved you like a friend and sometimes even more. And it's like, there's like a 60-year age difference between you, but I mean, go ahead, I guess. And then they embrace and then both disappear into heaven together. They really just like the like pairing men together in this series. Rightly so. So yeah, this gets sealed up. And then they're like, this is supposed to be party on the island. They all go to the Destiny Islands. I just did not write the why. But this is the part on the island. So they all just like go to Destiny Islands. They're like, this is like, this is a place where we can party. We've restored the worlds and shit. So everyone's here. Shion's just off in the distance as well. Like the whole gang, all of the people that I've mentioned, except the bad ones, are there. Isa is here. That's Lee's boyfriend. That I didn't mention him, but he was part of the organization for a while. So they're all there, and then they're like, "Oh, cool. Well, like we saved the day. Everything's fine." Just before this, because you remember Kyrie died. Sora was like, "I'm gonna do one more time travel just so I can go back and save Kyrie." So he did that. Yeah. So he's not supposed to do that. He used the power of waking. That was the whole point. Is that like he didn't use his regular time travel powers. He just he got the pieces of Kyrie's like shattered heart together, and then used the power of waking to bring her back. So we're almost at the end, by the way. We're almost done. So they're all having this big party, and then they look over to like Sora and Kyrie, and they're sitting on the same tree that they used to sit on when they were kids. And then Sora dies. He disappears. He is dead. Like actually 100% dead. He dies at the very end of it because he abused the power of waking. He was not supposed to use that to bring somebody back from the dead. Apparently time travel to bring people back is like totally fine, but if you use the power of waking to bring somebody back, because it's like a personal thing, right? It's like he time traveled and that was fine because like it was not the way that events were supposed to go, according to the Book of Prophecies, which, as I mentioned, has the future in it. So like that was just correcting the Book of Prophecies. Kyrie was supposed to die there, and then Sora did a really selfish thing by using the power of waking improperly to bring her back. So he gets punished for that with death. He's dead. Which brings us to Kingdom Hearts Melody of Memory. This is a canon sequel to Kingdom Hearts 3 that is mostly a rhythm game. You play... I know, it's so stupid. You play this silly little rhythm game after Sora's died. Anyway,
Tia,
this
did
is...
you play this one? Let us know if you played this one, Tia. I need to know.
No, I think she's extremely bad at rhythm games, so I don't think
Oh, for fuck's sake.
yeah, they set you up for the happy ending because they go on over to this and like they're just like happily chilling and like holding hands on the tree, and then Sora just like turns it to dust. It's insane.
Well, the fucking happy ending's at the end of Melody of Memory, surely.
Well, all right. So Melody of Memory. Kyrie's like, yeah, I'm the world's worst rhythm game player. So Kyrie's like, well, he's not really dead, is he? Because like this is Kingdom Hearts, so like nobody dies for real. So she goes and visits. That's literally basically what she goes and visits his scientists. Right. This is Ansem the Wise, who, by the way, previously died for the same reason that Sora died, in abusing the power of waking. So like it can be done. So yeah, this is Ansem the Wise. This is the two other former organization dudes who are like good guys now. And she's like, what can you do? Like, can you take me through Sora's memories and I'll find a way to figure out how to get him back. So she like plays rhythm games through his memories, which is what all of this is. Yeah, she got 34 in Yakuza 0's opening karaoke.
Oh my god.
So she goes through all of these memories, and then she's like, okay, I think I've got it. He's in this place called Quadratum. Quadratum is Tokyo of our world. So she's like, okay, he's in our world now. He's in the real world. Yeah, she discovers this through this because it was like briefly mentioned when like Sora went to heaven previously. There was somebody that was like, oh yeah, after you go to heaven, you can go into the real world. It's called Quadratum. And you know that's what happens. So she sees that memory and she's like, we've got to go to Quadratum. So Riku like gets out his Keyblade and he's like, I'm gonna go. And Kyrie's like, no, wait, I'll go with you. And this is when Nomura's sexism comes in a bit. Because of course it does. He can't write a woman to save his life. Riku's like, nah, sorry, you're a woman. You're not set out for this. You just can't do this. So despite the fact that she just went through every single one of Sora's memories, relived them with her own power, right? She did all of those fights with her own power, 100% successful. She didn't let anybody get killed in Kingdom Hearts 3 when she did it her time. So she, arguably more powerful than Riku even. But he was like, no, you have to stay here, get stronger, become a master first. I'm the only master around, which is not true because like all of the other masters are back now. But he was like, yeah, I got to do this. So yeah. Anyway, shortly after that, there was a little bit of DLC released for Kingdom Hearts 3. It's just like a couple of like boss fights. Like it's a boss rush thing. You get to see like the perspective of like Kyrie getting brought back to life from Kyrie's perspective. And in the secret ending to that, you beat this guy named Yuzora, which sounds a lot like Sora. But after you beat him, you get this really familiar looking cutscene. It's versus 13 again.
There we go.
So this is Yuzora. And this is the cutscene, the opening of the cutscene from the Versus 13 trailer, the first Versus 13 trailer that ever existed. Showed like this dude in a car that looked exactly like this, waking up and being like, "What's going on over there?" And that's exactly what happens here. And then he also says at the end of this, "Is like, oh, I've been having these strange dreams lately. You know, is any of this for real or not?" Which is like the opening line of Kingdom Hearts 1, because Sora's been having strange dreams. Yeah, that is the Kingdom Hearts. He is a mess.
You can't just stop there.
That's the Kingdom Hearts series to date.
Oh,
that is everything that has happened. Nomura just wants to make Versus 13 as he originally envisioned it. That's all he wants. Everything he does, I am 100% convinced that like the final part of Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 3, like that will just turn into this as well. Like he is going to make it happen. Also, when I said before that like Quadratum is the real world, that also is the world in which The World Ends With You takes place, is Quadratum, because everyone is dead in that game as well. So
you can't,
yeah, it's
you can't just say that. You can't.
I can.
Makes sense to
Also,
me.
The World
Makes
Ends With
sense to
You
me.
is canon.
Makes sense to me. Where have you been, Ryan? Where have you been? Now, I do have one question before we theorize about Kingdom Hearts 4.
Yeah.
Where exactly does Buzz Lightyear come into all this?
He's in Kingdom Hearts 3. You go to the Toy Story world. Buzz Lightyear becomes like possessed by darkness because of jealousy reasons.
Who's he jealous of? Is he jealous of Woody?
He's jealous of Woody. It's the other way around in the film. I don't understand why they reversed it in the game.
If I were Tim Allen, I would be jealous of Tom Hanks.
I don't know. I feel like Buzz Lightyear probably would make for a more mechanically interesting boss fight than Woody.
You'd like to fly about as Buzz, though, wouldn't you? That'd be sick.
True.
Mr. Trick. Do you lasso comes as Woody?
What's that?
Do you lasso?
You do, yeah. It's like the main mechanic of that world is that like you zip around to places using the lasso.
I knew it. I felt it in my bones.
Yeah, I mean, it also gave us the hold on. So open a new tab. It also gave us this, which is from that. That's a really like incredible scene where Vanitas, like that evil Sora looking dude, like possesses Buzz Lightyear, and then like they beat Buzz Lightyear, and then Vanitas is like doing like this big evil speech and shit, and then he's just like, "No, you're an asshole," and just like punches Vanitas and then wins. Like it's so funny that like Woody just like goes up and punches him in the face. I think that's how that world ends. It's so good.
Is Kingdom Hearts 4 not Final Fantasy Versus 13?
I mean, it is. Let me see if I can know. Secret ending.
I mean, this does now retroactively. The Kingdom Hearts 4 trailer does make a lot more sense to me.
Yeah, because he's in like the real world and shit. Yeah.
Let
me just.
The Little Mermaid fever dream.
I don't know what that is going on there.
Under the sea.
Oh, wow. This is the ending of Kingdom Hearts 3.
But I don't lose.
That's Noctis.
Yeah.
Also, you can only fight him once in the DLC per save file. And like this is what happens if you lose. So like the first time you do it, you will probably lose. And then you see they're fighting at the top of the Shibuya 104. And then he's in heaven.
Because he's dead.
Because he's dead. Much like Versus 13 is dead.
Yeah.
Anyway, so it cuts away to this, and it's just, it is like,
Yeah. It's beautiful.
just frame for frame,
Yeah.
the Versus 13.
It just can't be stopped.
I've been having these weird thoughts lately. Look, is any of this for real or not?
None of this makes sense to me.
Anyway, that's the ending, and that's all we know so far. But if you see, like, there's, I'll go to a Yuzora fight. You can see he just fights like Noctis. Let's turn this off at the banner. Let's go to here.
I love that they're still using the Comic Sans ripoff font. For
It's
the
so good.
subtitles.
It's so good.
Time to end this.
Also, the music is the same as like the Versus 13 trailer. But yeah, he's just using the like Noctis moveset the entire time.
Yeah.
Which is just so funny. It's so good.
I mean,
Which means you know that he's also going to involve the fact that like somehow Final Fantasy 15 is like the bad timeline version of, you know.
I think honestly, I think they want Final Fantasy 15 to not exist anymore. I mean, Nomura personally.
Yeah.
I think the existence of Final Fantasy 15 offends his soul, and he won't
Right.
rest until he has like wiped the slate
Kingdom Hearts
clean.
4 is going to undo it
Basically,
somehow.
You know, it's that version of Noctis has to die and be replaced.
And for the record, I know I'm in the minority, but I quite liked Final Fantasy 15.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, it's a
I
good game.
enjoyed it a lot.
Yeah,
Also, you can see how phenomenal the combat system is in this video. Like,
it does look
Kingdom Hearts
really
3
cool.
refined it so much, and it's just like everything that Nomura has ever done is just like refined into this single battle system that is just gorgeous to look at and gorgeous to play.
It is pretty
It's all
wild.
just about like making combos and like,
And also, you know, Nomura has thought about every possible way to try and make Smash Bros. Canon as well.
Oh,
it's already canon.
yeah,
It's
no,
already canon.
in my head, it's
Is it?
already very canon. Yeah.
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 It
Where does
takes
it
place
fit?
at a specific place. So when Sora was asleep, I told you about the data stuff and how
Oh, yeah.
the data Sora like manifested a Keyblade. That's the Keyblade that appears in Smash. So
Right. So he
That's-
just went to
it's-
go and meet Mario. That's what that
Yeah.
Sora did.
Yeah. that's what that
Okay.
Sora did. It's already canon.
I also
it's-
I argue that the appearance of Sephiroth in Smash is canon to the remake trilogy, because like it's another version of Sephiroth following Cloud across timelines and worlds to exact
Yeah.
his revenge.
Mm.
Yeah, so it's actually like implied the fight that Cloud has with Sephiroth at the end of Kingdom Hearts 2 and the optional boss there. They're in their Advent Children clothing. Or Cloud is at least. Sephiroth is just kind of there. But like they like after that fight they like start doing like some teleporty shit where they like blink in and out of like time, and like then it has like his original outfit as well. So like it is very much it is very much trying to like lend credence to that. Like I'm sure that it is related somehow.
Yeah. I mean, Nomura was whispering to Sakurai's ear with all three of these characters. Sora, Cloud, and Sephiroth in Smash.
So this is how that ends, by the way. It's like, yeah, we're definitely coming back, just so you know. But what's funny is that Yozora is mentioned earlier in Kingdom Hearts 3. You go into a game world, and then Yozora's there, and then everybody's like, wow, this guy looks exactly like Sora, and he like doesn't at all, because he obviously is just Noctis. But it's kind of like implied that like
I don't know. It's the same as like how in Sonic Adventure 2, no one can tell the difference between Sonic and Shadow, right?
yeah, I mean
They're
kind
like
of.
the same degree apart, I would say.
Yeah, but it's kind of like implied that like the Yozora game in universe is like a lesser version of Yozora, and I was like, is that just like saying this is Final Fantasy 15
Definitely.
and the real Yozora is yet to come? Like,
Definitely.
is that what they're doing? Because
100%.
it really seems like it.
100%.
Man.
Honestly, if you look at any Nomura related items since Final Fantasy 15, I feel like there's a jab at Final Fantasy 15 in there. Do you remember in FF7 Remake when suddenly the Don's bodyguard got a whole subplot?
Yeah.
The fucking Don's bodyguard has Noctis's hairstyle, and he's talking about a lost love that was taken away from him. And you know, the original Versus 13 had a different love interest to Final Fantasy 15. It's all there. It's all there. He can't stop it.
Oh yeah. Hold on, that reminds me. One of the few characters that we know about in Kingdom Hearts 4 is a character called Strelitzia, which is a silly name, but she's a Lorium / Marluxia's younger sister.
Mm-hmm.
And it is no surprise that she definitely takes some design cues from was it Luna, Stella, whoever the original Versus 13 person was. Anyway, she's got like the same hair clips, which is just incredible. They're just like it is not subtle what he's trying to do here. He's like, I'm going to turn Versus 13 into the game that I like, into Kingdom Hearts 4. Like that's what is going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
And then they're never going to let him release Kingdom Hearts 4.
I mean, maybe. I mean, it's the only thing at Square that's even making money these days. So,
true.
You know,
Yeah.
They don't really have a choice.
Yeah. Because let's face it, fucking Clive is a weaker Final Fantasy protagonist than most of them from the last 20 years.
Yeah.
Like
he is. You do got to hand it to him. Like he is trying his hardest to make his dreams into reality.
Yeah, he's very much hit that level in his career, like very much like Kojima did, where he was like, well, no one's gonna say no to him now.
Yeah.
So he's just gonna do what he wants, and no one can stop him.
With Xenoblade, right? It's like how the director on that was just like, I'm just gonna make the Xenosaga that I always wanted to make. Like I'm gonna do the 6-part series, and then he just did it with Xenoblade. Like,
yeah.
And at a certain point, you make so many games that become so influential that like nobody's gonna tell you no anymore. So Nomura, why not? Like he gets to keep doing Final Fantasy VII stuff, which he clearly loves.
Especially Monolith Soft, you can basically just go to Nintendo and ask for a blank check. It's like, you know.
Yeah. I'm excited for Japanese games. It's true.
Yeah.
Not the Western ones. All the Western ones are designed to make money. And they don't even do that very well.
No, a lot of them don't. It's true.
Let's take a look. What's the most recent trailer for Kingdom Hearts 4?
3 years ago, for real?
3 years ago, yeah.
Has it been that long already?
Yeah.
Was it like April 22?
And this shit's going to be what, 2027?
Yeah, April 22.
Oh, well, there you go. Wow. That was like a couple weeks before I started working here.
Bro, we're lucky if we'll get another trailer before April.
Yeah. Oh, also, like Star Wars is like definitely in it.
Yeah, it
I
does
mean,
seem
yeah,
like
why
that.
wouldn't it be, right?
Probably
You got to
would
go
be.
for all these new properties Disney has since acquired.
Yeah, like you're gonna have Star Wars. You're gonna have Marvel. Like they'll put Bob's Burgers in there. Why not? They own that now. The
Yeah,
Simpsons.
well, yeah, especially if they exist in quote unquote the real world. It's like you can
Also-
get away with less cartoony franchises.
Just want to point out, first time you see a non-child Sora with his feet out. People lost their minds about that. They were like, "Holy shit, Sora feet!" Because the only time that you see him with his feet out is in Birth by Sleep when he's a 6-year-old. So people were like, "Damn, that's wild." We get to see his feet. It was a whole like month of discourse.
I like that. It's very much like George R.R. Martin, where it's like he's gonna die before this story's over.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, Quadratum, the real world. And they're basically just like when video game characters die, they go to the real world as their afterlife. Which is sure a concept. Banger of a trailer though, like he knows how to do it.
Yeah.
It is, although it's a weird art style that's like leaning mostly realistic, but trying to keep a bit of a cartoonish edge, and it's a
Yeah.
little weird.
It's Sonic 06,
This is all
isn't it?
in engine as well.
It is,
in
especially
Unreal 5.
with that there, where like all of the NPCs and stuff are walking fairly normally, but then Sora's still doing the exaggerated, Disneyfied kind of run.
Also, he has a grappling hook now. Of course he does. It's a
Also,
modern game.
That shot just there, the one of sliding through that glass chamber, that is straight out of the fucking 15 trailer. Straight out of
It
that
is.
shot with Leviathan.
It's
Fucking,
Yeah.
it's crazy. Like, it feels like he's doing it on purpose, man.
He is doing it on purpose. But yeah, it is like a 1-to-1. Like he just reused the animation. Like it is like that is just exactly the same.
Crazy.
It's like in Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. That like first soldier dude that turns up. I can't remember what his name is. The dude from the first soldier, right?
Mhm.
And he has like blonde hair and shit. He
Yeah.
turns up with like that swirling animation, and it's like this is straight up just an animation from Kingdom Hearts.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I can't remember what his name is. That's gonna really annoy me.
It's because you didn't play the first soldier.
I didn't, because who would?
Who did?
That's an insane thing to do.
Nobody did. That's why it shut down after like a month.
And
How long was that shit live for? Like 2 months or some shit?
Yeah, it wasn't long. I think it was like 8 months total, and then they announced they were shutting it down.
I didn't even know it was out by the time it closed. It's crazy.
Well, it's Hades, because they're going to the underworld, you know?
Well,
Hades from...
that was the full story
Hercules.
of Kingdom Hearts. It's only been nearly 3 hours. Ollie, thank you so much.
Oh, I forgot to mention... Sorry, well, we're not done.
Right?
I forgot to mention as well that at the end, that Zigbar dude that I mentioned,
Yeah,
he
I remember
revealed that he was
Zigbar.
actually... Yeah, he revealed that all this time, that was actually Luxu, the dude in the black coat that had the box. And he gathers at the Keyblade graveyard after, like, everything happens.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, this dude here.
Right.
He gathers at the end and he's like, guess what, guys? It's time to open the box. And then all of these other guys show up as well. They just like poof into existence.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. Wild. still don't know what's in the box because they don't show us actually opening the box.
Are those guys around now, though? Are they going to be around now?
Yeah, they're fully in it now.
They're in it.
Yeah.
Cool. Cool. All right.
Wow.
Boo bars. And Zigbar was ruined for us. What does that mean?
Okay. There was this children's show that I
gonna
think
get-
was from
Wait.
another country, maybe.
I
Maybe it
think we
wasn't.
had it in the UK
Yeah, I
as
think we
well.
had boo
I think so.
bars.
Yeah, there was this
What?
thing called boo bars, and
Yeah.
there were these like large round guys that like
Yeah, it's
zoomed
British.
off. Yeah, they zoomed off into the distance by farting, and one of the things that they used to say when they were zooming off into the distance with farting was like zig 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 bar, and I was like, damn, that sucks so much because Zigbar is such a cool. Yeah, they fart to fly.
Yeah.
Zigbar was such a cool character. Dave was so shocked by that he went out of focus.
I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes I go zig 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 bar when I'm fighting.
Yeah, it was a UK show that ran from 2003 to 2006.
Yeah, I remember it fondly. Zig
Yeah.
zig zig bar. Fucking hell. I
Yeah.
didn't see that one coming. Wait.
This is why it's great to have my sister in the chat, you know?
Yeah.
He remembers things that I forget.
Thank you, Tia. I appreciate it.
It helps us feel like we're not just screaming into the void as well.
Yeah. I mean, look, I'm sure we've had like hundreds of viewers, you know?
We've
Let's
had
take a
like
look.
2 concurrents for ages now.
Oh, nice.
Who's number
Three
I bet it-
currently.
I bet it's Rahul.
Probably.
Could you imagine? He wanted to just he wanted to know what happened in Kingdom Hearts.
He
that
wanted the
badly.
story, but he didn't want to be part of the
Yeah,
story.
yeah. No, he's like, this isn't my story to tell.
Oh, another day of this.
Shut up, Ryan. I'm dying.
Ugh.
Right. Well, that was awesome. I loved that. I might play Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah, you should. It's all really
How long
it's
is
all
it?
really accessible now. I mean, there's like 10 games that you need to play, but they're all like in the collections and shit. So
How long is
it's not that hard.
Like, how long is the main games?
Kingdom Hearts 1 is about 20 hours all up. Chain of Memories, probably like 10 hours. Kingdom Hearts 2 is probably closer to 40. Kingdom Hearts 3 is like 16 hours all up. And then Dream Drop Distance is about 10. Birth by Sleep is about 10. So you're looking at like 70, 80 hours all up.
I don't know. In that time, you could listen to one explanation of the story of One Piece.
That's true. You could. I'm getting
And
emails.
speaking of, come back tomorrow
For
for
more.
more of that.
How long will we be going for? We just don't know.
How far will we get?
No, we just don't know. Well,
They're not going to know how to take away the YouTube channel from you, Dave.
they're going like, no, it's been poisoned now. We're gonna lose all the subscribers. The last live stream lost 1 subscriber, so you know.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
me.
If you're watching and you're not my sister, remember to unsubscribe.
Right.
Yeah.
That's it from us. See you all next time on Dragon Ball Z.